Hi, this is Millie, and guess what? My mom works at the coolest place ever, Roofworks. You know how Santa lands on your roof? Well, he loves our clients' houses because Roofworks keeps their roofs super strong and ready for reindeer landings. Remember, that's landings, not droppings, Rudolph. If you want your home to be cozy, safe, and totally Santa-approved this holiday season, tell every grown-up to call Roofworks so they can treat you like family, too. Happy holidays from me and all the elves at Roofworks.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
They score!
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Carolina scurrying into the zone. Svechnikov with it. Centering attempt. Shot gets through. Saros makes the save. Gostisbehere will keep it in. 45 seconds left. Chance for Hogan. He scores! A power play goal! The Cane, Sebastian Aho, hadn't had a point in 5 games, and this power play goal puts Carolina up 2-0. Breathing room in Music City.
See Adam Gold Show. What's going on, everybody? I am Adam Gold. Victoria's back.
Yes. Feeling very festive.
Did we clean something yesterday? Did we shop for something yesterday?
It was productive. It was productive where it needed to be. I had to get my grocery list ready of all the stuff I need to buy.
Right.
Stuff like that. But I can't wrap things till this weekend. So
Why not?
eyeballs that can't see things. There's certain individuals that can't see what I'm wrapping. It's just easier because, it's a whole thing. Wrapping, you got to put everything out. You make a mess. And when you don't have to worry about people seeing things that they shouldn't see, then,
We invented the green Santa many years ago.
Oh.
Yes. We wrap some things and other things we just go, nope, not wrapping it.
Yeah, not
wrapping
doing it.
At best, we might slap a tag on it.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This has your name on it.
Yeah. It all depends on when the red wine runs out.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we know you're not pouring it on ice cream.
No, definitely not. Definitely. There are certain. I'm. People have said that it's fine, but you do you.
Right.
The best company gift. I'll show this to the camera. They get every year. Mm-hmm. We get a little jar of honey.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best honey on earth.
That's right. That was from our long-term luncheon.
Yes.
That you didn't go to.
I haven't gone to it in that many years. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we're on now during the luncheon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have parties here intentionally so we won't go.
I know. We never get invited.
We don't have a long-term breakfast.
Right. Can we have a long-term dinner?
Yeah. No, we don't do any of that. So they want the important people there. So they do it like during the middle of the day. Mm-hmm. Some of us are busy. But the honey is just awesome.
Oh, yeah. And it's good for you. Local honey is good for you.
Actually, it is. There's a definite benefit to local honey. All right. There's a ton of stuff we're going to do. WRAL TV, and just for so people understand this, WRAL TV 5 is our parent company.
Yes.
They have a documentary out about Bill Belichick. It's called Coaching Carolina, The Belichick Way. And I think it airs tonight, and we are going to talk to one of the lead reporters on it, Cristin Severance, and we'll get her take on what she learned, and maybe what they used from the 40-minute conversation I had with them. We'll see if any of that stuff makes sense. I will not. I promise. I will not claim to have been taken out of context. I promise I will not do that. But I have not seen it yet. I have not seen which parts of my conversation they used. But I'm looking forward to seeing the doc when it airs tonight. So that's coming up pretty quickly. Dave Harding of Duke is going to be here. We're going to talk a little hoops with Brenden Whitted, who's going to be in studio
Oh, nice.
With us, yes, very good.
Apparently, I missed him when I went to I worked a Carolina Panthers watch party at the Carolina Ale House last Sunday, and he was apparently there.
Yeah, he's back in town.
I know. I had no idea.
Visiting Pops.
He didn't know I was there until after the fact either.
He probably did not. Yeah, he's not really aware.
No, he texted me and was like, I totally missed you.
Yeah. He's just here to hang with his dad.
With his dad, who's also awesome.
Yes, absolutely. He came with him.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Dad's coming this time.
I hope so.
Right?
He hangs out with me back here in the studio.
So we've got that, and Mike Felder is also going to be here. This is our penultimate show before we vacate for a couple of weeks for the holiday, and I could just focus on hockey only.
Yeah, maybe.
So let's start there.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
All right, last night the Hurricanes ran their winning streak to 5. They didn't bother using overtime, although 1-0 entering the third, you thought, we're headed here again, aren't we? Except a couple of things. One, Pyotr Kochetkov wasn't going to allow a goal that hurt Carolina, and he did not. And they really were excellent. Not as good in the second period as they were in the first period, but they were pretty good in the second period. And then in the third period, put it away early, and then really just absorbed Nashville's push, which we knew was coming. But they did it in a very, very... I mean, Kochetkov was excellent in the game. Here's Rod Brindamore. You know, he's the head coach on the win.
Well, it was great. I thought we had a great game. I thought first period probably deserved a little more. We did everything we needed to do. We just only got one, and then second was kind of whatever. It wasn't much happening. We did have a couple good looks. Their goalie kept them in it, and I thought our guy played great in the third when we needed it. So good goaltending performances from both teams, but I thought we were good tonight.
Pyotr Kochetkov, my opinion, not basing it on numbers or anything else. Last night, I think the Hurricanes got the best goaltending performance of the season. Kochetkov already has a shutout to his credit, that one over the Rangers. He played brilliantly in a win in Boston as well. And Brandon Bussey has a shutout and a whole bunch of other games where he gave up just one goal. But last night, I thought Kochetkov was the best in goal we have seen all year. That doesn't mean he's ahead of Bussey or whatever. I think that he and Bussey will essentially split time until either one of them is hurt, which could happen, to anybody, or one of their play drops off. I think that's what we're going to see for the foreseeable future. What does that mean for Frederik Andersen? I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know. But at some point, Freddie will be needed. I'm not going to back off of that. I mean, history tells us that you're not going to go through the rest of the season with just two goalies. You're going to need a third one. And when Freddie does get an opportunity, take it. Just like Bussey did and just like Kochetkov seems to have done. All right, now, and there are really two stories. There's three stories from last night. Everybody played well. I don't know that anybody did not play well last night. But to me, there are three main stories. We can treat them as stars. Pyotr Kochetkov was the first star. In my opinion, he was the first star. I don't know what the building gave him. But to me, he was the first star. Sebastian Aho probably got the first star because he had 2 goals and an assist, even though, second goal was the empty net goal. It had been 5 games since Aho had even scored a point. He had 1 goal in 11 games before last night. And while I will insist that Sebastian Aho had been playing well, it really had not manifested itself in a goal. Or, their line wasn't ever for a game. or even for a full period, the best in the game. But last night, I thought their line was excellent, and in the third period, they dominated. They were all over the place in the third period. And yes, the first goal was a power play goal, but they were good anyway. And it took a minute, almost less than 2 minutes, for Aho to find Jarvis for the second goal. And they have been around it, but really just had not been able to get a play that resulted in a goal. But it was really good to see both Aho, and by the way, I don't want to forget Andrei Svechnikov, who I thought was excellent again last night. It was good to see them hit the score sheet. I don't know if it's going to trigger a hot streak from either, because we'll only know that as it happens. These things are impossible to predict. But they were great, and Rod Brindamore was talking about his alternate captain getting back on the sheet.
Well, we need that line to get on the board, and I think they didn't have their best game going, and then all of a sudden the third period get a power play goal, and then obviously good empty netter. But that was good. Another one of those wins that you can go up and down the lineup, and you got 20 guys that were doing their job.
It's good, just good to see Aho play well. When Aho gets on the score sheet repeatedly, the Hurricanes, they flat out win. He plays too much. I think he was over 20 minutes again last night. Started off great in the faceoff circle, didn't end well in the faceoff circle, was just under 50%. But the first fifth that jumped out at me from the game, because we're used to it by now. Blake is like a developing situation every game. Good luck, man. At some point, he'll get a little bit stronger and a little bit quicker, and he is going to be a terror. It is awesome to watch. All right.
Yep.
And the third thing that really jumped out to me last night, and it was noticeable early and late, Jacob Slavin happened last night.
Yes!
Yeah!
We all love it.
So, if you watch the game, maybe you noticed it, maybe you didn't. Nashville got a power play pretty early on, and Slavin made two simple, subtle defensive plays, and then you just went, okay, 74's back. We're good to go. And I thought he was great, and I thought the pairing with Alexander Nikishin was last night. For me, best defensive pairing, and that's saying something because I thought they were all good. Miller and Walker played the most, Chatfield and Gostisbehere next, but I thought Slavin and Nikishin were consistently excellent, and Jacob Slavin allows Nikishin to do things that Nikishin probably can't do playing with anybody else. Because if we know one thing about Slavin, he will allow his partner to just roam free. He handled it with Dougie Hamilton. He handled it with Tony D'Angelo. He handled it with Brent Burns. And Nikishin not only did that, but I will credit Alexander Nikishin for doing his part defensively as well. I thought they were really, really good together. Slavin also went over his 15-minute mark, but that was always going to happen. We can only protect him so much. All right. Remember the documentary, the Bill Belichick documentary is coming up tonight. We're going to talk to Cristin Severance in just a couple of minutes. Anyway, State won last night. Paul McNeil had 47 points. 47 points. It was a dominant effort over Texas Southern. Will Wade not feeling it, though. And I don't know. I think he was feeling some type of way, even though his team won by like 30.
It's tough. We got a lot of nice guys. Got a lot of nice guys. Got a great team GPA. We got all that stuff. Over 3.0. It's wonderful. We're running a daycare. We're running a competitive Division I college basketball coach. I am into academics. I was a teacher. I'm happy about 3.2. But we're running a competitive basketball program. And quite frankly, I've been trying to get some urgency and some internal leadership. And I think Q's done a pretty good job. Outside of Q and Venn, those guys are playing about as well as we can ask them to play.
Will Wade not happy. Not happy. It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Like I was watching a hockey game last night. Didn't see State Texas Southern. So good game for Paul McNeil. I mean, 47 points, man. And Jerry Dang had 14. Nobody else is double figures. State went over 100 points. That's all good. But Will Wade's cracking me up. I'm not disagreeing with him or arguing with him. I can't tell from where I'm sitting what the issues that Will Wade feels like he's got. I know there was a rant about being tough, and he doesn't believe he's got very many tough players. At least they haven't exhibited toughness in the way he wants them to exhibit it. I'm all good. I am all good holding players to a standard. I'll just give up one example of this. Remember, I think it was it the second year or the third year under Mark Gottfried? And you had Lorenzo Brown and why am I drawing a blank on a couple of the other players' names? Regardless. But they had surprised people the year before. And they went into the season with a lot of expectations. And Gottfried just sort of let the team kind of figure it out on their own. He wasn't too hard on them. And it was obvious that he was not holding them to a standard of performance. Not just winning, but how you would win when you did win. And they didn't win enough. And after the season, Gottfried admitted that he should have been tougher on them. Well, that's the worst thing to possibly admit after the fact. Because that means you are admitting that you, the coach, saw things that you didn't like, but you didn't hold your team accountable. That's bad coaching. It has nothing to do with X's and O's. That is bad coaching. And the number one job of a coach is to get the most out of his players, most out of your team. I think Will Wade knows how to do that, and I think he is frustrated in terms of how he's trying, his inability right now to reach the guys as a group and get what he wants out of them. That will be fun to watch going forward. All right, Cristin Severance, WRAL TV5 reporter, and somebody I spent, 30, 40 minutes with. For
about that.
Something like that, for Coaching Carolina, the Belichick way. First of all, it airs tonight. Tell me where can people watch this?
Well, thank you, Adam, so much for having me on. So airs tonight, 7:30 on all the WRAL platforms. So wherever you watch it, stream it, TV, our YouTube channel, you can find it all of those places.
All right. So what was the first... what was the driving force behind the reporting here? What were you looking to uncover through this documentary?
I wanted to take all of the craziness, all of the hype, all of the headlines, all of the just sheer madness that happened over this last year, and I wanted to put it together in a documentary. But also, I'm an investigative reporter, so I was really interested in the meat, okay? I didn't want to just do, Bill Belichick has a 24-year-old girlfriend.
Right.
I wanted to know, how did this hire happen? Who was behind it? Who was pushing for it? And that's really, at the end of the day, that's what we were able to produce.
What I know, I heard a clip with former Board of Trustees Chair John Pryor, who basically laid this at the foot of Lee Roberts, the chancellor at the university right now. What was your conversation with Mr. Pryor like?
It was really interesting. I have to give him credit. He did not have to sit down and talk with us. I'll tell you who did not sit down and talk with us. Bubba Cunningham, Michael Lombardi, Bill Belichick. Now, look, we were still able to tell a really, in-depth and interesting doc because these people do have media availability. But John Pryor really talked about he wanted to go all in on football, why that is, and why they can't be a basketball school, why, football drives it all. And he talked about, the search firm that was hired by the university and the list of names that they came up with, the young and upcoming guys, Summerall and some of these people that, would have made sense and people thought that Bubba Cunningham would have hired. And then he talked about getting the call, from Michael Lombardi and how that happened. And I'll tell you, I did not expect when I set out to do a Belichick documentary that Marco Rubio's name would be in it, or Tom Tillis, or Phil Berger. So I think it just shows how wild this situation is.
Cristin Severance from WRAL TV5 investigative reporter, and the documentary Coaching Carolina the Belichick Way airs at 7:30 tonight on all WRAL platforms. There were a lot of back channels worked to get Bill Belichick here. Who do you think drove this the hardest to bring Bill in as opposed to more established college coaching names?
I think based on our reporting and the interview with Trustee John Pryor, Michael Lombardi, GM, longtime confidant of Bill Belichick, really floated this to UNC. Pryor said his job was to get people to take it seriously because he said he knew when he brought up the name, people would laugh, which is what happened. And then, look, Chancellor Roberts and Bubba Cunningham met with Bill Belichick on several occasions. We're told they were blown away. I know there was a Zoom call, with the search committee and some big donors talking to Belichick, and they said he was prepared. He really sold them on, look, he is called one of the greatest coaches ever, and he was like, I want to come to Carolina. He loved the campus, loved the academic part of it, and he really sold them on how he would, teach kids and these young men football. And so I think, all of those people I named played a big part.
Yeah, it hasn't worked yet. Look, I'm one of the people who thinks that it was always going to need more than the year. And I do think that the university and the people who ultimately made this decision, that they do not want to admit that it won't work. And I'm not saying it won't, but they don't want to admit that it won't work. And they're digging in, and we're going to have another year of it. My guess is we're going to have another 2 years of it, and it may work. And if it does work, it'll be awesome. And if it doesn't work, it's going to be an expensive, embarrassing mistake. There's no middle ground here because there's no, hey, they were fine, because fine doesn't work with Bill Belichick. I'm not surprised that Bill didn't meet. Bill did address the fact that he knew that there was a documentary being made, though.
Yep.
So what kind of stuff did you pull from Bill maybe during the course of the year?
Sure. So, he has so many media availabilities, right?
So they're all awesome.
I did get him to laugh, though, which many people,
you
loved.
did.
No, so we have so much tape, right, of Bill Belichick, of Michael Lombardi. So, look, would I have loved to be in that Hulu type situation, before the project fell through,
right,
where I was actually there every single day and really, getting all of this access? Yes, of course. But sometimes when these documentary companies do that, the trade-off is that, Belichick, or whatever the agreement may be, they get full control.
Right.
As a journalist, as an investigative reporter, we just want to tell, we have no slants, right? We want to just tell what happened. And B, we can tell the story, right? We don't have anyone signing off at the end of the day. So, yes, would have loved that sit down. I hope it still happens, with Bill or Jordan or Michael Lombardi, but we were still able to really tell kind of the story of the hire and the season, right? Kind of this below average on the field performance.
Below average. Quite substantially below average. All right. First of all, did you request to speak to Jordan Hudson?
Yes, we did. So my colleague Brian Murphy, sports investigative reporter, yes, he emailed her. My photographer, my producing partner, was on the sidelines of a game, gave her his card. I would love to talk to her, Adam. I know you and I talked about her during our interview. I do not care who Bill Belichick is dating. Yep. I think most people feel that way. She's a part of the story because of her role related to UNC, right? So being on the emails, kind of being involved in those decisions. But, there's another outlet. There's a national outlet who just did a 2-hour doc on Jordan and Bill. And, I mean, come on. Our documentary is really, it has meat. It has the goods in terms of how did this happen and really what does it mean for the university.
All right. Well, what question would you ask Jordan Hudson if you could ask her a question?
Oh, what one question? Yeah. I guess, is there anything maybe they would have done differently at the start? When Bill was hired, if they could kind of go back, is there something they would have done differently? Whether it's the CBS interview, whether it's being CC'd on all the emails. I think that's probably my first, but I have so many. I would have so many.
I just want to know, why aren't the boots being sold in the university store? I would also, what would your question be of Bill?
How are you going to do this, right? I mean, what are you changing to this season and next season to really do what you said you were going to come here to do?
It's a learning experience for him. Had to be.
Right. And I learned so much, interviewing you and my WRL sports colleagues just about the difference of NFL football and college football. Yeah. Whereas sometimes people just think if this person is amazing in the NFL, they're going to be game-changing in college. And that just doesn't seem to be the case.
Cristin Severance, can't wait to watch it. 7:30. I have to wait till 7:30 tonight. I should have gotten a sneak preview on this.
I know you should have. I'm really sorry I didn't do that, but I will send you the link for sure.
It's quite all right. Cristin Severance, WRAL TV5 investigative reporter. Thank you so much. I can't wait to watch it. I'll talk to you again.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Cristin Severance here on the Adam Gold Show. Dave Harding is going to join us. They are, I don't know if you know this, Duke won the ACC in football. Yeah, we're going to talk to him about that, and we're going to give him restaurant recommendations for El Paso, Texas. Next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
I think we can officially say the 8th overall pick for the Carolina Panthers was a success. Dan Morgan knew what he was doing. Teteroa McMillan only needed one catch to change the game against the Rams, and they need to continue to work to give him more opportunities to change the game in the future. He is a difference maker. They need him to make a difference.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
The Wrap Up the Year sales event is on at John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington. Right now, take advantage of over $11,000 off a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee or a new 2025 Jeep Grand L. We've got 11 to choose from, but when they're gone, they're gone. So don't wait to get your $11,000 off. Jeep, go anywhere, do anything. See dealer for details. Get off your keister and get to John Heister Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lillington today.
This holiday, give the gift that celebrates every moment. An Omega watch from Bailey's Fine Jewelry. Explore the largest Omega showroom in the area and discover timepieces crafted with Swiss precision and timeless design. Visit Bailey's today in Raleigh's Village District or online at baileybox.com. Voted best place to buy a watch.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your holiday with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rates to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rates in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. Don't wait, no hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out all higher interest debt and lowering your bills by thousands. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1666171, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Excuse me, garçon. I'll pick up the tab for the lady and I.
Sir, this is Monopoly money.
And there's more where that came from.
I'm calling the cops.
Don't waste your time. I have a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Start playing for real money. New Monopoly scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery have real cash wins of up to $1 million. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.83 to 4.28. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
Changed it up a little bit.
I like it. I dig it. Is it possible that Elvis is underrated?
I think so. I think the younger generation maybe doesn't appreciate him as much as they should. I think so.
I know we've got Dan in Texas right now listening.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And Dan is like, hell yeah. Yeah, it's very possible that Elvis, believe it or not, is underrated. All right, Devils maybe were also underrated. Nobody gave them a chance to beat Virginia, and then they went out and did it. They were the best team all game, and then, of course, I don't know what happened at the end. I would love to ask Manny Diaz really what was going on the last 3 minutes of that one. Dave Harding, maybe he's asked Manny Diaz that. I'm sure he was also wondering. Part of the Duke Radio Network, executive director, producer, Blue Devil Network, all of that. Dave Harding on the show. How are you, Dave, my friend?
I'm doing great. Happy holidays to you. Excited to be still talking Duke football. It's amazing. You know, every time I'm on the show, I'm like, this is the last time. Not just because usually I'm terrible, but also because, you know, you'd think maybe there's not going to be anything to talk about with the Blue Devils, and yet here we are.
Yeah.
So it's been a good year.
You're headed to El Paso, Texas. Let me ask you, I want to start with the game. So let's just go to that. Because, first of all, you guys were, the team was awesome. I mean, they were really, really good all game. What happened the last 3 minutes? Everything that they could possibly do to allow Virginia to win the game. Going out of bounds after picking up a first down, incomplete passes, penalties that stopped everything they could do. They did.
Yeah.
Manny Diaz his head must have been swimming.
It was. I think every Duke fan was like, oh no, is it a here we go again type moment?
Right.
And it's funny you referenced the El Paso trip the Blue Devils have coming up. That reminds me of the last time Duke went to El Paso. It was coming off the 2013 championship, Coastal Championship year, where they had played in the Chick-fil-A Bowl on New Year's Eve and lost a close one. That's the year after they played in the in the Belk Bowl rather. The year before that, where they lost a close one, after controlling the game. And then, the Blue Devils played Arizona State in 2014 in the Sun Bowl. Same story, where they controlled the game the entire way and found a way to lose it in the end. And that is what it felt like was going to happen in the ACC championship game after having come out against an opponent that had embarrassed you, frankly, at home just a few weeks before. Nobody gave you much of a shot. Blue Devils lost to 19th ranked Virginia 34-17 at home. And honestly, that score isn't really indicative of how limited Duke was in that game. Picked up a pick six late in the game, kind of hung around. But, I mean, they got beat in just about every facet. And so then to see the Blue Devils under the bright lights in a championship game for the first time since 2013, and to have played as well as they had and to control the game as well as they had. And then at the very end, like you said, it started to slip and they had, a penalty that stopped the clock on a little bit of a lazy formation set. And then the next play, you got a running back, a true freshman who has been phenomenal all year, go out of bounds to stop the clock. Then a great punt puts the ball at the 4-yard line. You're like, surely the defense will get a stop here. And no, after they've been great all game, and you got to credit Virginia for what they were able to do in manufacturing a 96-yard drive there at the end, but end up tying it and take it to overtime. You're like, shoot, this is not good. But you know what was different about this group than that 2012, 13, 14 group? Although they were challenged late, they were ultimately able to get the win and never batted an eye. I believe that belief in that they were going to find a way to win it was the difference. They were not rattled whatsoever, despite everybody else, myself included, saying, oh, no. They just kept playing, and you got Luke Murgott, the linebacker, go out there, make a game-sealing interception, and next thing you know, you're ACC champions for the first time outright since 1962. Wow.
Dave Harding is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I appreciate you. They had to overcome Virginia and 2 horrible officiating calls. It was not pass interference earlier in the touchdown drive, and in order to be forced out of bounds, somebody would have to force a receiver out of bounds. He just ran out of bounds. They didn't even look at it. It was the dumbest thing I'd ever seen, but whatever. It just made for a more exciting ending. What did you make of the decision to go for it on 4th down rather than kick the field goal? Because if you don't get it, Virginia can just kick the field goal and beat you.
Yeah, I liked it.
I did too.
I think it stuck with the DNA of this team. The reason Duke was in the ACC championship game to begin with is their willingness to go for it on 4th down. We caught up after the Clemson game earlier in the year. Numerous 4th down, go for it situations that were converted that resulted in the Blue Devils getting a victory on the road in Clemson. And it's that mindset, that aggressive tendency that Manny Diaz has shown over the years, last year included, and this year was no different. So I didn't think there was any question what the decision was going to be once they got into overtime and making sure that they put a touchdown on the board. And, it's interesting. I think if the roles were flipped and Duke had just made a 94-yard drive at the end of the game to bring it within a score, Manny Diaz is going for two in that situation to take overtime out of it. And we saw him make that call against SMU, the year before. Like, that was a little surprising to me that Tony Elliott, with all the momentum that he had, ends up going and just kicking the extra point. Once that happens, once you get into overtime, Duke had to be all gas.
Yeah, it was one of those people think that, that's what you're supposed to do, but you're just leaving it to chance. And I would always take one play to win the game. I would always do that. It's probably not 50-50. It might have been actually better than 50-50 in Virginia's favor. But even if it's 45%, I'd still do it because you enter into too many variables when you allow the game to continue. If I were Virginia, I agree. I would have gone for it, especially with the gift touchdown I had just gotten. All right, now to the bigger picture after the fact. Dave Harding, Duke Radio Network, all of that. Duke wins. Manny Diaz on the field, and I know he said it in the post-game press conference as well. 7 wins over Power 4 schools, a champion of the ACC. Probably 4, maybe 5 wins better than anything JMU had on their resume. I think he was right in that, he's essentially saying that they were the better team. What did you make of the committee's decision?
I thought the committee had one of two decisions to make. There are two options, essentially. I did not think the ACC would be left out. So they had to choose between Miami or Duke, in my opinion. And frankly, looking at it as from a neutral perspective as I could, I thought they were going to go with Duke for a couple of reasons. One, that would have gotten Notre Dame in. And we all know that Notre Dame, the weight that they carry from a ratings perspective and all of the attention that goes along with that. So they could have kept Notre Dame in. They would have saved face somewhat in the wild switch in the rankings that they did week to week with Miami and Notre Dame both not playing.
And Alabama, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have also been able to avoid having 2 group of 5 teams in the mix. You would have also given the ACC champ, a Power 4 champion, the bid into the playoff, which, by the way, and it's the most Duke football thing ever. And I don't think any Duke football fans or supporters are upset at the end of the day with the season that they had. They missed a few opportunities to get wins that they should have had. Hopefully those are learning lessons, but at the end of the day, you're ACC champions. Everybody is very proud of that, as they should be. But it is wild to think, and I saw Yahoo Sports report on this yesterday, moving forward, no matter how you got there, and I know the ACC is changing the tiebreaker rules, the Power 4 champions are in the playoff. That's a lock.
Right.
So leave it to Duke football to be a Power 4 champion in the last year of not being an auto bid into the playoff. It is what it is. But I think that they were deserving in the fact that they found a way into the championship game with the rules that the ACC had outlined to say that they were one of the 2 best teams. I get Miami was ranked higher from a playoff rankings perspective. But the ACC would say, given the opponents that you played in conference, Duke and Virginia were the 2 best teams. Duke was able to then win the game in the championship game. I think that's got to hold a little bit of weight. So with all of those things said, I thought the committee should have put the Blue Devils in. And then, but they ultimately went with the highest ranking with Miami. I understand the decision. I'm not disputing it, but I think they missed an opportunity to basically give the ACC champion the auto bid along with the lines with what they're going to be doing the rest of basically the rest of eternity, or as long as the ACC is around.
Maybe both of those things are only 5 years long. Dave Harding is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Based on what you said there, here's my reaction is this, that in my opinion, that the committee needs to address these two things independently. One should not impact the other. Otherwise, the committee itself is a fraud, because they are two completely different animals. It was between, because the top 5 ranked conference champions. Now, they put JMU in the rankings finally at the end, which is fine. I got no problem with it. But the fake rankings the last week of the regular season don't matter. None of it matters. They re-rank, and those are the only rankings that matter. And they could have easily ranked Duke ahead of JMU. My only take is that losses matter, and 5 losses was going to be hard to get in, so I don't really blame the committee for choosing JMU for that. But if they were just going to take which team is better on the field, I think Duke was better than JMU. I think Duke would beat JMU on a neutral field. I was lobbying for Manny Diaz to schedule JMU to open the season next year. But don't go on the road. Can we stop playing group of 5 games on the road, Dave?
Please.
Can we stop doing that?
I think Duke fans would agree with you right off the bat there. I mean, that got us in trouble twice this year.
Yeah.
You know, you had UConn and Tulane, and look, it turned both of those teams are really good.
Yeah, they are.
Fantastic.
Even more reason not to go play them on the road.
No doubt.
So I think Miami should have been in. I also think Notre Dame should have been. I think Alabama should have been out. But that's just me. They had the worst loss. Losses only mattered, when they didn't really want you to be in. And we only talked about losses when we decided, you know what, we don't want that team to be in. Therefore, we'll talk about their loss. Alabama had the worst loss of any playoff team.
Yeah.
They lost to a team that isn't even a bowl team, Florida State.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. They're talking out both sides of their mouth. They're being selective in what they want to account for. I mean, because take the losses out of it. Let's just go back to the Duke conversation against JMU. Just if you want to purely look at wins, which obviously the committee was doing for the vast majority of the year in the way that they ranked, Duke had far better wins than anything JMU had. Washington State potentially maybe JMU's best win of the season.
Old Dominion maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And against Duke, I mean, a ranked win against Virginia in the championship game, say no more. But
Clemson.
Any number of other ones, several bowl teams and no other ranked wins, although they should have had one against Georgia Tech. But yeah, that's the frustrating piece in all of it. And the fact that also you're sitting here saying it, you're exactly right, that the last week of the season rankings don't matter at all.
They don't.
And although the committee had ranked JMU, what was it, at 24, 25?
Yeah.
They could have easily put Duke in there one spot above and had the field set.
Yep.
That needs to go away. The weekly ranking shows need to go away. To be frank, I'd be totally fine eliminating the committee altogether and going with some kind of BCS style computer generated rankings with an expanded playoff and these auto bids for Power 4 teams. I trust a computer to get it done. Let's go purely based off of statistics and your schedule and take the eye test out of it.
Who would we blame then,
I'd
Dave?
Be fine with it.
We have to go, but we would have nobody to blame then. We can't blame the programmer. I
love blaming AI. Are you kidding me? Let's do it.
Dave Harding.
Getting blamed for taking jobs and everything else, might as well just add it into the mix.
That is true. My friend, I will talk to you again. This is not it. I'll talk to you very soon. Merry Christmas to you, and enjoy the Sun Bowl.
Merry Christmas, and come have a burrito with me out in West Texas.
Oh man, it's almost New Mexico. I'll talk to you later. Take care.
See ya.
Dave Harding here. We got one-timers next.
delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. It is time to hit the jackpot. And speaking of jackpot, Rams at Seahawks, maybe the two best teams in the NFL on a Thursday night. That's a jackpot. And let's go for $2 million in bonus bets. Pick an anytime touchdown scorer. If that guy scores either the first or last touchdown, you're going to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Hit the jackpot. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus is issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Whether it's helping you work, save, or steer clear from fraud, AARP North Carolina is making sure your money, health, and happiness live as long as you do. Each week, AARP Without Limits meets people and explores topics to help improve how we live and age in North Carolina. You can also learn more about getting the most out of life by listening to AARP Without Limits wherever you listen to your podcasts.
As we wind down the high school football sports season and head into the holidays, the Governor's Highway Safety Program would like to remind you to buckle your seatbelt when traveling to and from athletic events. Wearing a seatbelt is your best defense against injury or death in a crash. Start the season off right and prioritize your safety by buckling up. Every seat, every time. Remember, click it or ticket. It's the law. This message is brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the Governor's Highway Safety Program.
I had questions about my child's vaccines, so I got real answers from her doctor because we share the same goal, keeping her healthy and strong. Her doctor told me that keeping up with childhood vaccines, getting them at the recommended ages and sometimes together, is a proven way to protect her from serious illnesses, ones that can be prevented with vaccines. Have questions? Get real answers. Talk to your doctor. Visit vaccinesforkids.nc.gov. Paid for by NCDHHS.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here, but don't worry. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
This is Adam Gold.
See Bettman take all that time to walk out, then to see the pick bro hug no less than 20 guys on his way up there. And then this draft house, they just moved this wall like the Price is Right. I don't know.
It's a showcase showdown back there.
I know.
That would be great. So we should spin a wheel,
yeah,
right? Exactly.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. I want to thank the folks at Penn Station. East Coast Subs.
Yeah.
They brought lunch today.
Always delicious.
It's amazing.
It's too good.
Because I read they sponsor some stuff for the Hurricanes, and I read about the ghost pepper cheesesteak all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, really good. By the way, they brought a cookie as well.
Oh my gosh, those cookies. See, and they're perfect. That's perfect for me. I love cookies like that because it's thick and soft. I don't like crunchy cookies. I like them basically like a cake.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair. The big cookies are always better.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, so we have time for one-timers?
Okay, so first up actually comes from my Twitter because you can @ me on Twitter or our YouTube stream. But this one from Chuck. If the Panthers split with the Buccaneers and either they both lose or win their other remaining game, Seahawks and Dolphins respectively, who would win the tiebreaker?
That I don't know yet. I think it would be Tampa, but I don't know yet. I will do that research in the commercial break. But yeah, just go sweep the Bucs. By the way, Ike Ekwonu might not play. He's hurt. He's got a knee injury. They're calling it day to day. Hopefully, it'll be a good day.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
We've got NFL tonight on 99.9 The Fan. Presented by Wake Med.
Showtime, prime time.
Your primetime matchup is an NFC battle. It's the LA Rams and Seattle.
Here we go.
Woo! Pre-game starts at 7:30.
Y'all know what time it is, eh?
Kickoff at 8:15.
Hey, together, baby. We just do this one play at a time.
On the Triangle's home for the NFL, 99.9 The Fan.
We came in for one thing, to win.
This holiday season, are you ready for the feast? The feast for your eyes, that is, with 8K TV from Soundstation and Security. Upgrade that home theater experience for all those direct-to-streaming, big-screen blockbusters with 8K TV from Soundstation and Security. Can't decide which one to get? Soundstation and Security has gift cards in any denomination. This holiday, shop Soundstation and Security with 2 locations in downtown Smithfield and on Glenwood Avenue in Raleigh. Online at myhotsound.com.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's bow time.
If it's ho-ho-ho time, it's Bo time. Time to order a party-sized platter of that bodacious Bojangles flavor before your next holiday celebration. Choose a Bojangles Supremes platter and get 50 whole breast tenderloin fillets. Or go with a Bojangles dessert platter and get 2 dozen Bo-Berry biscuits, 2 dozen cinnamon twists, or 1 dozen of each. It's a platter full of Bo-liciousness. And don't forget to pick up Bojangles gift cards. Just the right gift for anyone on your list. Hurry, it's Bo time.
Hey guys, this is Marcy Bailey from Bailey's Fine Jewelry, and we know that you want to get your wife or girlfriend something special this Christmas, but sometimes you just don't know what to get. You wonder, what will she like? What will make her feel special? What will make her say, wow? At Bailey's Fine Jewelry, we have experts that are here to help. We specialize in making you look like a hero. You can even send her in to make a wish list that we keep on file to help make your life just a little bit easier. Bailey's has the largest selection of jewelry in North Carolina, including designers like David Yurman, Lagos, Marco Biccico, and Apolita, as well as beautifully curated Bailey's collections. And don't fret, because if for some reason she doesn't love your gift, we have a 30-day return policy. Our goal is to be your go-to jeweler for life. Bailey's Fine Jewelry, located in Raleigh's Village District, Cary's Fenton, also in Rocky Mount, Greenville, and Charlotte. Every woman wants a Bailey box under the tree.
At Smith Douglas Homes, we're proud to support our hometown heroes, teachers, healthcare workers, firefighters, and military. As a thank you, receive a $2,500 credit towards your new home purchase. Explore SmithDouglas.com. Smith Douglas, where it's your home, your choice, within reach.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this
Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Workers' comp can be tricky, but my law firm will be on top of all the complicated paperwork and sneaky deadlines so that all of your I's are dotted and T's are crossed. If you've been hurt on the job, I'm on top of it. Contact us at ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Pass left wing in transition. McNeil for the record. He got it. 10 threes. All-time single game. Pack three-point record. Paul McNeil Jr. has 10. It's the new single game NC State three-point mark. There's McNeil, a deep three-pointers up and down. That was 5 feet beyond the arc right. And Paul McNeil has 45, 11 threes tonight.
Well, you can see that he's feeling it because that was another deep bomb from three-point range.
It is the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. I did the research during the break. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Thursday.
The research that you're Adam Gold?
Yes. I examined.
Right. Yep, check. That's me.
I looked on my serial number.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll give you the results of that research in a second. This is the Adam Gold Show. It is available on YouTube. You can watch us do this. You can watch my facial expressions when things are said that I find humorous or strange. Anyway, go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Either way, it'll get to us, and we will, or I don't know, whatever I just said. You'll find us, and then you can enjoy the show that way. Plus, you get to comment in the chat box.
Yes, and I mentioned to our YouTubers here, commenters, that any question we didn't get to for one-timers will be first up tomorrow.
Or heck, we can do some now if you want. But let me just answer that question that I said I would do the research in the break. And the question was, because I wanted to talk about the Panthers here anyway, because Ike Ekwonu is a non-participant in practice. He's got a knee injury. He's day-to-day. They are hoping he will be able to play against the Buccaneers on Sunday. Here's the thing. The question was, assuming the Buccaneers and Panthers split, if they both win or lose the middle game, Tampa is playing Miami. The Panthers are playing the Seahawks at pretty much different ends of the football spectrum at this point. What would happen in the division? Who would win the tiebreaker? And the answer is Tampa. And it would come down to the first tiebreaker is head-to-head. That would be a split. The next tiebreaker, since we're talking about the division, is division record. The Panthers beat the Falcons twice, lost to the Saints twice. Tampa split with both. So we're talking about identical division records. It then goes to common opponents and then conference record. Common opponents, the Buccaneers are 4-3. The Panthers are 3-4. Each plays a common opponent. And because the Panthers have already beaten the Dolphins and the Buccaneers have already beaten the Seahawks, if they both lose, Carolina can't get ahead or even tie Tampa, and if they both win. So the die has been cast. Ultimately, even though what I said yesterday was you still got to beat Tampa, and you do, you have to beat Tampa twice. Is that doable? Yes. It is absolutely doable. So go out and doable it the first time on Sunday.
Please and thank you.
But you were going to ultimately have to sweep the Buccaneers, and then it doesn't matter because you'll have a better record than the Buccaneers. With only 3 games left, you can't beat Tampa twice and not win the division. You could lose to the Seahawks by 1,000 points, which may happen. But if you beat the Buccaneers twice, you are the NFC South champions. All right. To Ike Ekwonu. So Yash, right? Yash Nyman is the backup tackle. He would likely play. Look, they've had other issues on their offensive line. Ike Ekwonu isn't the only offensive lineman who was banged up, right? So I believe Taylor Moton missed practice due to a bad back too. So they've got other issues along the offensive line. And maybe that's why they haven't run the ball as effectively lately. They didn't run it against the Saints very well. They ran it well enough, but no, I don't think it was great against the Rams. But they clearly didn't run it well against the Saints, but that could just be the Saints' defense. And that is a key for them. And I talked about this yesterday. To whatever length, people can assign, how much we should have talked about it more, whatever. At some point, every team is in the exact same position as what the Panthers are this week. At some point, your quarterback's got to go out and win you a game. But I think the way to talk about it with the Panthers is, at some point, Dave Canales has to allow his quarterback to go out and win him a game. And yeah, he did do that against the Falcons. They threw it 35 times. Bryce Young threw for 448 some odd yards. Why can't you do that again? Why can't that be the starting point, not to throw for 445 yards or whatever it was, but to throw the ball to set up the run? Why can't that be the approach you take? You don't have to take. First of all, you're not good enough to be able to do the same thing over and over again and get away with it. You're just not good enough. The offensive line is good, but it's not a bunch of maulers. You're not road grading everybody. If that was the case, you would have picked up 4th and inches on that drive you needed. So I would like to see Dave Canales just trust his quarterback. Let Bryce go out there and throw the football. I'm not saying abandon the run. That's not what they should do. But it does seem he employed what I figured to be the exact same game plan against the Saints that they used against the Rams, which is what burned them when they tried the exact same thing against the Saints that they did against the Packers. And maybe this is all a learning experience, and maybe they'll be better off having been in this situation and failed. But your fans want a freaking playoff appearance. Last time they were in the playoffs? 17?
Yeah. It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. It's not Jets or Browns long.
No, thankfully.
But it's long enough.
Still, yeah.
Right. It's long enough.
And of course, they tease us where they get close, but then not quite.
When was the last time they got?
Steve Wilkes,
right.
Almost close.
Yeah, they were 6-9 playing for a playoff spot. And that would have been, everybody would have been excited for a playoff game.
Yeah.
But you're flirting with being good is what you're flirting with right now. And I'd love to see them, even if they don't win, because you solve a lot of your forward-thinking problems if you simply turn the keys over to Bryce Young and say, go win us a football game. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Win us a football game, Bryce. Because then, in a high-leverage situation, which we didn't have over the last however many weeks last year, yeah, I know you had a game in week whatever it was to go into first place or win the division, whatever. And that is a high leverage game. But honestly, nobody was good. And it wasn't Bryce, right? That was pre-Bryce. And nobody was good anyway. But now, Bryce has not played, other than games at the very beginning of the season, he has not played in a game of this magnitude with the Panthers. Well, he has. He just played it last week. But you didn't ask Bryce to go out and do it for you. Now it's time to do that. Hand the ball to Bryce and say, go win us a football game.
Yeah.
And if he plays poorly, then you are that much closer to answering a question that everybody needs answered. Mm-hmm. Is he the guy?
Yeah.
They need to get answers to that question. I know we're going to break here. Look, I don't want to go too far and give anything away because there is some news that it's disturbing to hear, and so I'll just read you where does your news report come from, Victoria? Because I was just reading from WRAL, and they don't have the specifics that we have here.
Yeah, what I had seen was just off of Twitter, and so it was kind of circulating through Twitter. Okay. So it came from some news source, but
all right. Well, I'll add it. I'm just going to read off WRAL TV5's website real quick, and hold on one second. Here it is. There were 5 deaths in a plane crash of a business of a 550 Cessna in Statesville, North Carolina. It crashed upon landing, and Iredell County Sheriff Grant Campbell said he can confirm there were fatalities, though he did decline to say how many. But the story on WRAL goes on to say that there were 5 deaths. I think there were 6 people on the plane.
Right.
So the FAA said a Cessna C-550 crashed while landing at Statesville Regional Airport around 10:20 a.m. this morning. Statesville is 45 miles north of Charlotte. They say that it serves corporate aviation facilities for Fortune 500 companies and several NASCAR teams. And here is where, if you're on Twitter, you might have seen that people believe that the plane was owned by Greg Biffle.
Right.
So, I think he's a former NASCAR. I don't think he drives anymore.
Yeah. And I mentioned, he was somebody, I mentioned this to you off air, but he was somebody that also helped the Hurricane Helene mission. He did a lot of missions for them. So hopefully he was not on the plane. So we'll keep you up to date as much as we can. But that's, I guess, relatively new breaking news for us. All right, when we come back, a little hoops. Brenden Whitted will be in studio, one of our hoops gurus, and we will talk about the Hornets, local college hoops, the NBA League Cup. That's right. And some expansion next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold, and I'm helping you celebrate the 10 days of Canesmas here on 99.9 The Fan, presented by Hardee's and Surfside Vodka. Let's celebrate our hometown hockey team love right now. 919-860-5326. Be caller 10, and you'll score a $50 gift card from Hardee's. $50. That's 919-860-5326. Then listen to The Drive this afternoon for more chances to celebrate Canesmas with us. Thanks to Hardee's and Surfside Vodka.
It's officially gift-giving season, and if you're unsure of what to bring to your next holiday party, I have the perfect idea. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here for Blue Shark Vodka, and not only is this vodka the smoothest and the cleanest vodka around, it's also locally made here in North Carolina, so you're supporting local business, and it comes in the coolest bottle. So it's like getting 2 gifts in one. You won't go wrong with the shark without the bite, and you can find more information and really tasty recipes at bluesharkvodka.com.
Your Carolina Hurricanes are taking to the ice this holiday season, and they've got a chance for you to be part of the action. Enter today to win 2 tickets to see the Canes take on the Canadiens on New Year's Day.
Register to win at hurricanes.com/radio.
At the V Foundation, V is for victory over cancer. V is for victory over giving up.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join our team in the fight against cancer at V.org.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rates to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. Don't wait, no hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out all higher interest debt and lowering your bills by thousands. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 166171, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, it's Meredith in Fisa Jewelers in Garner, and it's time to start updating those wish lists because Christmas is right around the corner. But don't worry, we have you covered. Our store is fully stocked with beautiful and unique pieces anyone surely would love. And if you're thinking of popping the big question this Christmas, we have handpicked the most brilliant diamonds. Plus, all of our diamonds have the low price guarantee, so there's no risk or stress. And that's why we have been voted the Triangle's ultimate bridal destination. So come in and see us today. We are located right off of Highway 70 in Garner and FisaJewelers.com.
This is Adam Gold.
We're going to have Seth on the show next week when he gets back from vacation. He was by a pool.
What are you doing?
Get off Twitter.
It's nicer to be on Twitter when you're by a pool anyway.
No, just stop. Stop engaging with people.
The Adam Gold Show.
It is the Adam Gold Show. Thank you very much for joining us here. Do you know what a week from today is? A week from today, Santa is coming. Santa's already brought us a gift, Brenden Whitted.
Hey.
My friend, who is one of our NBA gurus, who is joining us in studio.
Yeah, man.
Where's Dad?
Pops is at home. He's supposed to be listening to this, but I'm fairly certain he's napping right now. So, 100%.
Because last time you were here, he came with you.
He did. Like, it was really like, thank you guys again. That was so much fun. And he hasn't stopped talking about it, but I'm pretty sure he's napping right now.
Loved him.
Apparently, it wasn't that big a deal to him because he's not here. He's not here.
Look, man, you can't stand between that man and his naps, man.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm
feeling it.
I'm feeling it myself. I'm like, man, the nap game used to complain about as a child. Now I'm like, man, didn't know how well I had it, man.
All right. We're going to talk about college hoops. I want to talk about the Hornets.
Yeah.
But I want to start with I guess it was Tuesday night.
Yeah.
The Knicks beat the Spurs for the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
This is now the third year of the NBA Cup. The Lakers won the first year. The Bucks won it last year. The Knicks won it this year. And what this is, for people who do not know, and there are people I'm sure who don't know, it is for people who follow European soccer, or it happens domestically here, where we have in season, there is a cup competition where those competitions are all knockouts. If you lose, you're out.
Right.
In the NBA, it's more World
Pool
Cup.
play.
You're in groups, and then you advance, and then it becomes a knockout.
Yeah.
So they crowned a champion, whatever the date was, December the 15th, 16th.
Yeah, something like that.
So, and the Knicks won it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you about the tournament itself in a second. But the Knicks have said they will not hang the banner for winning the NBA Cup at Madison Square Garden. Thoughts?
I don't know if y'all did this when you were in school, but they used to have this thing when I went, and it would be like it's a self-grade. And so, like, hey, what do you think you earned on this grade? And that's what you'll get. I never gave myself less than an A. Why? I'm going to celebrate my wins. Now, if you want to go ahead and give me a C or a B or something like that, that's fine for you to do. But if I won something, oh, no, I'm hanging that thing. And again, Knicks, it's been a while. It's been enjoy yourself.
I get Billy Joel played a lot of concerts there, and there are probably a lot of Billy Joel banners hanging at Madison Square Garden. But we can slide one of those over. I think in this case, because there was a lot of denigrating remarks about the NBA Cup, I think the Knicks in this case were shamed into not celebrating this. But I don't know by whom. I really don't know, because I'm not going to say Stephen A. Smith or somebody like that said you shouldn't hang that. You should have more pride, right?
That's a great statement.
Was it good? I don't really know if it was good.
It was like a super Southern twang.
Yesterday, yeah, it was.
Great.
Yeah, well, he went to Winston-Salem
There
State.
you go.
Yesterday, I broke into a Samuel L. Jackson thing, and somebody picked up on it. I was pretty excited about that. So, if I'm the Knicks, right, and I grew up a Knicks fan. I don't really care that much anymore. But I
wanted to ask, did you feel any certain?
No, I didn't know they won.
Okay,
I found out Wednesday that they won. Now I'm going back and reading it.
Yeah.
OG Anunoby had a great game.
OG was fantastic.
According to the box score. Victor Wembanyama only played 20 minutes. Don't understand. I know
he's still come back. Cornette has actually been starting for them. Has been really, really good in the spot starts. I think Wemby's only played 13 games out of their 25 or whatever they played.
That's why the Spurs haven't won all of their games.
But they were surprisingly good without him. I think that's when I became a convert. Because, Wemby's 26, 27, and 13, 35% from three, 84% from the free throw line. So you know what's happening in the blocks.
Yeah.
But when he was sitting out with his injury, Castle really stepped up. Vessel is really big for them. Fox has gotten a lot better defensively, which has helped them as a unit defensively. That's a real deal. It wasn't a fluke that they beat OKC in that semifinals.
OKC doesn't lose a lot.
They don't lose.
All right, so but back to the Knicks.
Yeah.
They've got 2 titles.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. The Knicks have been around since dirt. They've got 2 titles. Celebrate this. You don't have to put it next to I guess it's the 70 and the 73 banners. You don't have to put it next to those. You don't have to put it next to Willis Reed's number.
Right.
But you can hang it maybe on the other side of Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers won Stanley Cup, or 2. I'm sorry, they won 2. 2 Stanley Cup banners are.
Yeah.
Ha, ha, you got 2 Rangers fans. So they could just hang it there.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the Knicks are allowing themselves to do. Is to take something that the NBA is trying to make a thing,
right,
and they are devaluing it.
You could tell that the players cared, though, right? Like they were in the championship game. They were down by, I think, 11 at one point, and they fought their way back into that game. That was a tough game that they.
Was it?
Yeah, they had to fight. They got good members from Kovac. Like Mike Brown has really kind of found his thing with the rotations. He struggled early because Josh Hart was starting to sit fourth quarters. They had to have a powwow, like a meeting, like, hey, bro, that ain't it. He starts finishing games with them, and they go on. They win 9 of the next 10. That team is really built really well. I think there is kind of a general asterisk.
Except for Karl Anthony Towns. Other than that, they're fine.
Man, look, he's
no good.
Defensively, he obviously has some major faults.
Yeah.
But offensively, he gives them a higher ceiling, right?
Sure,
Like, you know what I mean? And then when he plays alongside Mitchell Robinson, that's really their best stuff. Now, Mitchell Robinson will get in foul trouble in a heartbeat, right? But he also had 10, 11 offensive rebounds, something like in like 18 minutes or something crazy like that. Like just continuing with their possession. I think it'll be interesting if people take them seriously. because I think there's just a big asterisk over the East this year, and those asterisks are on the Achilles heel of Halliburton and Tatum,
no
right?
doubt.
I think both those teams would be
no
better.
offense, but who cares?
Yeah.
No,
That's true.
At the end of the day,
that's true.
10 years from now, if the Knicks, this is funny, if the Knicks were to win the NBA title, nobody will care.
That's absolutely true.
Right? You win when you win. But just to get back to the Cup, the league wants to make it a thing. LeBron wanted to win it in year one, and so I think that gave it validity. What was that? And I don't know. The Lakers have a few other banners hanging.
Yeah.
So there might not be room for an NBA Cup.
That might have been the worst thing to happen to them in terms of trying to get their validity of that.
Thank you. You're just rubbing it in now.
A little bit.
It's fine.
I had a slow walk. But, no, I think that because everybody was like, oh, Jordan would have never celebrated a midseason, it became that kind of a weird thing. And I also think our American sports brains are still having to wrap our heads around the idea of something other than the Larry O'Brien. They're having anything else of value. Like that, it's been championship or bust for a long time, and now you're adding another cup, and people just think it's like a joke. But I think as the years go by, you mentioned 10 years from now, I think this will be a really big deal.
Yeah, and would you make any changes to it? Because I would make one change to it.
Maybe if you could make it a little bit more compact. You're starting to play game. They have these pool games,
right?
Like starting really early. I think you can kind of lose the importance of it. If there was a way to just have the games that in the pool play to the single elimination a little bit quicker, or maybe just make it more teams and just single elimination. I don't know. But I do think that you can kind of lose. I know I certainly lose track of it like during the course of the season. And then it's like, oh, yeah, crap.
The Tuesday and Friday games are cup games.
Yeah.
The only change I would make, because I wouldn't change the format at all, I would simply start it later. I think starting it so early in the season, I think people are still playing catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this
that's
point.
true. I think that's probably that's valid.
Maybe have your League Cup championship.
Yeah.
Where you're taking 4 teams to Vegas. Maybe you have that part end rather than the beginning of December. Maybe that ends like the week between the conference championship games in football and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the last weekend in February. January, right?
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that's where it ends. So you start a little bit later. And the only other thing I would do, because I'd leave the format alone, is that I would wait until we've played a month.
Yeah.
To then determine the groups.
That actually probably does make it, because then you can have a real more seeding.
Yes.
And it emphasizes the importance of the beginning of the season as well.
And I wouldn't keep it conference and conference.
Oh, okay. So you just be everybody.
I would go all over.
That would be nice, actually.
We have planes.
Yeah. It's true.
Where we fly places, and we get there like in a couple of hours.
Yes, that's very true.
So we can, and they can set the schedule up, as they wish. But that's what I would do.
I think that's really cool, especially because some teams don't play each other during the year, or they play each other once or something like that.
I just realized the flaw of that is that it's hard to figure out the brackets, the groups later, because you might not play a team in the West until March, in which case.
But I think I think that the thing that you would get though is the early. People talk about the season not starting until Christmas, right? A lot of the more casual NBA fans feel that way. But if you are invested, you're right. If you're invested in the cup, that first month, hey, give them the season. I like your idea of the East-West. Like, let them play, because you're not going to get a lot of those teams playing on a regular basis anyway. So it gives you a little bit of chance to see teams play one another. I'm sure coaches would appreciate that too.
If the Warriors only come east to play the Hornets once,
right, exactly.
Maybe you get a group. They're in your group, and you'd play them an additional time.
Yeah,
maybe just one more time. But
I like that.
That's the only thing only things I would change. I would open it up to 2, to both conferences. It wouldn't be East versus West, and I would start it.
I like that.
A little bit later. I would also get rid of the courts.
No, you don't like the. I think they're like. I just think it's.
They don't hurt.
I mean, some of them are ugly, right? But I like I like the idea of. like special courts for
jarring.
like but they're trying to they're making it a thing. And
Okay.
I really like the Amazon guys on call too, like both the in studio and the Stan Van Gundy and Dwayne Wade. I thought they were excellent.
Stan Van Gundy's good.
He is, and Wade has gotten a lot better, and it's just a nice, sometimes, like I know people love the inside the NBA guys, but there's a lot of complaining about the actual basketball itself. I like to hear from people that are excited to talk about basketball and to watch basketball, and I thought they did a really good job.
All right, let's move on. Hornets have a terrible record.
8-18.
Right, they have a terrible record. But is there hope because of the core group of players that they have?
I really believe so, and LaMelo Ball is hurt again. He's got
No
another.
way.
He got.
What about Brandon Miller?
Brandon Miller's playing. He's playing well.
Now.
He's back. He's playing well, and he's taking on their defensive, their usual, whoever the best perimeter player is for the opposition. He's the one that's going out there and covering him. He's really kind of done that his entire career. They're so young. They started Sion James, Con Knipple, Kalkbrenner, and Brandon Miller in their last game versus Cleveland, which they won in OT, 119-110 or something like that.
Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland. Ooh, man,
Not off
Cleveland
to a good
no. They start off 7-3, and they just have, I don't know, they actually have a better record without Garland, which I don't know what that's about. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But like they're able to score the ball a lot better than they were. They were like last in pretty much every offensive category. They're a lot better now. Knipple, 19 points, 46% from the field. This dude, I just heard this on a podcast, and forgive me, I'm blanking on the,
By the way,
name
I just want to
of
let
it.
everybody know.
Yeah.
It's Brenden Whitted.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Our
guys.
friend. He's usually is on video, but now is here in like live.
Knipple is on pace to make 255 3-pointers. The current record is 205 by Keenan Murray when he was with Sacramento. He's going to blast through that. He's going to beat it by on pace to beat it by 53 pointers. That's how prolific this guy is as a rookie shooting from three. I've never been happier. Like, I thought he was good. I didn't think he'd be this good this soon. Like I thought his floor was high enough that I was like, all right, cool, we'll have a solid player. No. I think he's in the rookie year. I know Cooper just had a 40 burger the other night. I understand that, but right now obviously I'm biased, but I got Knipple as my number one rookie right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is the number one rookie right now. We're under this weird impression. Brenden Whitted is in studio with us. We're under this weird impression that only the first pick or the second pick or the third pick becomes a star.
Right.
Like, look across every draft and you'll find players. Where was Giannis picked?
I think he was like 9 or 10. He was like at the back, very back end of the lottery.
How did that happen? How did somebody that good somehow bypass 8 or however many teams?
He was so raw though. Like it's but think about Jokic, right? Jokic, you can very easily make the argument he's the best. He was in the second round.
Oh,
like he was. Yeah, no, it was like he was close to not getting drafted than to being up on that stage type John. Like it's so crazy. Like we all, like you said, we focus on the top of the draft so much about the guy. Oh man, he's gonna be great. But like the teams that are really special are teams like OKC, who can find value later in the draft, can find value. Kason Wallace, right? Like these are guys. He's leading the league in steals right now. He wasn't some big time name or anything, but they keep adding these pieces, and now all of a sudden they've got plus defenders everywhere. Yeah. They got net rating out. Like they're going to blast through that net rating record at their current pace. They've lost 2 games. I think they're 24-2 or something crazy. Like it's insane to watch that team play basketball.
Right.
Like I'm just so fortunate that we get a chance to watch them. I think they're going to repeat, but that Spurs game, Spurs got my head on tilt. Like I was like, man, they're so. And I've watched them all year, but like they've stepped their game way up.
I watched the first couple of games, and to me, Wembanyama, when healthy, is unplayable. There's nothing you can do. You are at his mercy on both ends of the floor. There's nothing.
They were running pin downs for their 7'4" center coming off the elbow. Right. Bang. What are you going to? Your center is not capable of defending in space like that. You don't defend, and they're doing it with a guard. So like, there's nothing happening that like he's like just I don't know what you want me to do, player. Like there's no, and he's got a high release. It's just ridiculous. It does look sometimes like he's playing a completely different sport than everybody else.
Yeah, he looks like he is like the 9th grader on the playground with 4th graders.
Yeah, he does.
And there's just nothing you can do about that. It's if he stays healthy. I mean, I think we're going to look at another Spurs run like they had.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's going to be. It's good. Well,
it's not fair. You get David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Wemby. Come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Look,
you know
you're
what?
right.
I'm a little salty. I'm still a little salty about that whole thing.
You're 100% right. Brenden Whitted is in studio. My son is commenting. We're going to get to his comments here in a minute. So Knipple might just be. I mean, it's still early, so we're not going to go completely bananas.
Right.
But he might just be that guy that, even though he was taken fourth,
right?
Like fourth is not low.
Yeah.
He's not a sleeper.
Yeah,
at
no,
this
he
point.
wasn't a sleeper. That's true.
But it was debatable whether or not he was going to go there or if he's going to drop to 10 or something like that. He might just be one of those guys that I'm going to say defies description because he's not a super athlete.
Yeah.
But I remember watching him at Duke, and when Duke lost Cooper Flagg at the ACC tournament last year, there was a legitimate conversation, how's Duke going to do without Cooper Flagg? Right. And I'm like, well, they'll just use the other Cooper Flagg.
the
smaller Cooper Flagg, but the other one, because they ran the same plays with Kahn. What they didn't have with Kahn was Kahn.
They didn't have they didn't have the accessory there because he had to move into the primary position. I'll tell you how good Knipple is. This is the first year I'm like, you know what? Maybe we should just try to figure out what we can get from LaMelo. Like, this is the first year I'm like, okay, you know what? Because the injuries are piling up, and it's just, you look at.
I feel like I've worn you down there.
I think a little bit you have. I just can't deal with you being hurt every 10 games, man. It's just as good as I think he is, and I still think he's phenomenal. I think that. One, Charlotte did not put him in a good position to succeed. They didn't have a lot of talent around him.
No.
Haven't had any vets.
They haven't done that with any player.
But any vets that you feel comfortable with, hey, let's take you on their arm. Like a quick aside, I think it was Brandon Miller, actually, post-game, talked about leadership in the locker room, and he mentioned Miles Bridges. And there is a large contingent of Hornets fan population that don't think he should be playing, not just for the organization, but in the league, considering his violent off-court stuff.
Correct.
And understandable. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not Bridges being a leader in that locker room is, one, Bridges having done the work because he was sentenced to counseling and a lot of other things as part of his plea deal. Has he done the work and become like a more mature person? Or is this just a power vacuum that had to be filled by somebody, and he's kind of the longest tenured guy? He has played better, by the way. Like, he has been showing those flashes of stuff that he had before he got into trouble.
Yeah.
So he has shown those flashes. But if you move LaMelo, we own our first-round pick. Suddenly, you can finally get the new and just have the full reboot and have the younger players and maybe bring in some more seasoned veterans. And do it that way, because I think the LaMelo thing just hasn't seemed to work there. And I don't know if it's him. Some people are just injury prone. I mean, that's fair. I think some people feel like he's not doing enough off-season work to maintain his body. That's definitely there have been some reports about that. But this is the first year, because of Knipple and Kalkbrenner too, because he's been a heck of a rim protector for them at the center. And maybe now they finally solved their center position, which has been a mess for better part of a decade.
Yeah.
This is the first time I'm like, you know what? Maybe just move on from LaMelo and let this youth movement really not like LaMelo's old, but let this youth movement have their time, have their day, and just kind of have a culture change in Charlotte. Because I think they're close, but they're still pieces away. They're still talent away, but I still think that they're close.
It's nice. I mean, and Sion James, by the way, is an NBA player.
Yep.
I mean, he's a depth guy.
Yes.
Right? But he's like probably your eighth guy.
He wouldn't be a starter on a contending team.
Right.
He's started
But he's a piece.
But he's a piece. He's a guy that you would like to, he's kind of, there's some Josh Hart kind of stuff with him. He's just kind of like, he'll strap up whomever you need to strap up. He's a good rebounder, a solid cutter. The three has looked good this year, so low volume, but I think he's shooting around 37% from three. So that'll certainly work. As he increases in volume, that could really, really be something. There's some really exciting pieces if you're a Hornets fan. Hey, maybe we're not that far away. Kind of like the Panthers. It's not that far away. You're probably not there yet, but not that far away.
They're not there yet.
No, they're definitely not.
All right, final thing for Brenden Whitted, the @HUCosell on Twitter. And by the way, I saw you tweet about the HBCU game at Cameron you wanted to be at.
Yes, I hate I missed it.
They should do that all the time.
Yes, 100%.
And they shouldn't just do it here. We have a lot of historic basketball venues all over the East Coast. They should use them. Oh, yeah, I mean, go to Indianapolis, go to Butler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever been to?
I've never even been to.
Oh man,
I went to Indy once, but it wasn't. I didn't go.
I went to a game. I went to a game at Hinkle. It's just incredible. Oh my gosh! I'll tell you. I'll explain it a little bit more to you during the break. But real quick, are you enjoying Caleb Wilson?
Oh man, it's been so long since we've had a guy this good.
Yeah.
Where it jumps off the screen and. One of the early things he said was, I want to be a 2010 guy. And I was just like, all right, man, like, it's kind of early in your career. I don't know. You know what?
It's hard to be a 2010 guy in college
super
basketball.
Hard. There's not enough possessions.
Games are shorter.
He's a 2010 guy. Like he is magnificent. And I do worry sometimes about the non-Wilson minutes in terms of just the team. Like we can kind of get a little bit too reliant on him a little bit. I'm concerned about our guard play. Because whenever I think about UNC, I think about the guard play. Like, obviously the bigs have been, but like if it's Ed Cota or Raymond Felton or
they're not
Marcus
there
Page,
anymore.
like they're not there anymore. And like I'm trying to figure out what Evans is. I know he's a good catch and shoot 3-pointer, but like in terms of dribbling and driving and creating for others, I don't get that feeling from him. Bogovac, I get it from a little bit more. Like he seems off the dribble to be able to take guys and like distribute. He had a 5-assist game the other night.
He's a very European player.
He is, but there's a toughness.
Which makes sense.
There's a toughness to him, though. He will stick his face right in there. I really want Hubert to make this switch. I know he wants Evans as the point guard, but the better ball handler creator is Bogovac.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's athletically capable of breaking teams down.
Yeah.
He might be somebody who can help facilitate your offense from the wing as like the second you pass it to him and then he makes the pass there.
And I think Trimble will help too. Trimble should be back around. He might come back for the Ohio State game, but he should be back in he's practicing now. I think he'll be a really big part. I don't know if you start him or if you bring him off the bench, but his defense, his ability to create, like not a good shooter, but like he's just so strong and athletic, he can kind of bully his way into the lane. They need some of that because it can't be all Vassar and Wilson. Like that's all there is sometimes for their offense, and it scares me sometimes.
Those are two guys.
Those are two very good guys.
They're both going to get drafted. So
yes, they will, and as they should.
Will be a first-round pick.
Yep.
You can't be that tall
and shoot
the
well.
ball without being a first-round pick. He's got other parts of his game, too.
Does.
And, Caleb Wilson is
beast.
Are we pretty lucky here? We got the Cam Boozer guy down the street. We got Caleb Wilson. And, I don't want to throw shade on Darian Williams at State, who's a dynamite player. Will Wade doesn't love his team yet, which is amazing. But
I think he's feeling the pressure. I think the pressure of other stuff.
I think what Will Wade is doing, and we do have to break here, but I'll close with this. I think what Will Wade is doing is he knows what he's got, and he refuses to let this team not be what it can be.
Yeah.
I absolutely can see what he is doing.
Yeah.
He is holding them to the standard. I brought up the example of who were the players. I know Lorenzo Brown was one of them. When Mark Gottfried was the coach here, and they had a good year, they surprised everybody. And then the next year, everybody thought, "Oh man, C.J. Leslie."
Yeah,
he called him Calvin, right? And then the next year, we thought, "All right, this team is going to be good from the jump," and they weren't. And Gottfried was like casual about it.
Yeah,
and then it was too late.
It was,
and he admitted after the fact that
ton of talent just underperformed.
I should have held them to a different standard. Yeah. When you've got talent, you got to push it.
Yeah.
So that's what I think Will Wade's doing. Merry Christmas to you,
absolutely,
and your dad, who's probably still asleep.
100%. I'm gonna have to go back through YouTube and shit.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah, you'll watch on YouTube. I love watching myself on YouTube. It's fantastic.
By the way, Jack says watching Shea Hoop is boring.
What?
He's too good.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
what?
Yeah, that's fine.
And he says Derek Queen is the #1 rookie. I don't know.
He's been amazing. He's been so much. Yeah. I had real concerns about his ability to get his shot off. He was a little bit shorter than he was supposed to be. I wasn't sure about his athleticism.
So am I. On that note, Brenden Whitted at HU Cosell, basketball guru. Thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Talk to you soon. We'll be right back. We're going to stretch and then we'll place bets next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Whether it's helping you work, save, or steer clear from fraud, AARP North Carolina is making sure your money, health, and happiness live as long as you do. Each week, AARP Without Limits meets people and explores topics to help improve how we live and age in North Carolina. You can also learn more about getting the most out of life by listening to AARP Without Limits wherever you listen to your podcasts.
As we wind down the high school football sports season and head into the holidays, the Governor's Highway Safety Program would like to remind you to buckle your seatbelt when traveling to and from athletic events. Wearing a seatbelt is your best defense against injury or death in a crash. Start the season off right and prioritize your safety by buckling up. Every seat, every time. Remember, click it or ticket. It's the law. This message is brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here, but don't worry. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Troxler, North Carolina Commissioner of Agriculture. Farming's tough, but you're not alone. That's why the North Carolina Agri-Medicine Institute offers the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. Long hours, difficult decisions, and unexpected challenges can add up. Whether you need to talk to a counselor who understands farming or help with finances, legal questions, or farm safety, call 844-325-3276. That's 844-325-3276, the North Carolina Farm Helpline, a free 24/7 resource for the agriculture community. 844-325-3276, because no one should face farm life alone.
One Adam Gold. One Adam Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... What?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. That was fun. was a topic I brought up yesterday with Mike DeCourcy, the NBA Cup thing.
Yeah.
Didn't really explore it that much because I knew we were going to talk about it today with Brenden.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm not even going to lie and say I watched any of it. Not. But the league thinks that it could be a deal, and it doesn't really help when it's just getting slammed, and the players seem invested in it. LeBron wanted to win it. Based on the highlights I saw, the Knicks wanted to win it. They certainly celebrated it. So I think everybody should take it. You don't have to take it. It's certainly not on par with the championship, but you could take it more seriously than it's being taken serious. All right. Let's stretch.
Okay, so this is a PSA for procrastinators when it comes to shipping out presents. So,
all right, you should wait and do this later.
What's that?
I was making a procrastination joke.
I was going to say,
sorry.
You can't wait.
Apologize.
That is not what you should be doing, because today is officially the last day that the Postal Service wants you to ship stuff out, unless you want to spend more money.
Right, unless you want to do second next day air or something like that. Okay, yes.
Which I'm sure that they don't object to any of that stuff. But today, if you want the free shipping, then they say, get it out today. They have cutoff dates for Post Office, UPS, and FedEx. So for the Post Office, today is the cutoff day for normal priority mail. However, the 20th is the cutoff for Priority Express. Obviously, will cost more. If you are using UPS, it might be too late for even just normal shipping. The cutoff for 3-day is the 19th. Second day air is the 22nd, and then next day, if you basically want to triple whatever your the cost of whatever you're shipping, is the 23rd. So, and for FedEx, 4-day cutoff is today, 3-day is tomorrow. So, just so you know, it is time to get it out there if you're not. But if you're already, like, if you're shipping it out, I mean, you should have probably planned better.
Yes.
Just saying, that's probably the biggest thing. Now, speaking of gifts, today, and I know that you like Seinfeld, so you might remember this part, but today is also National Regifting Day.
Is it?
Yeah, and Seinfeld apparently coined it back in 1995.
Oh, look at that!
It was the label maker. If you
Tuesday is Festivus, right?
Yeah, Festivus for the rest of us. Yeah, exactly. So, So this was the label maker that got regifted, and Elaine was all upset, this stuff. But nowadays, this particular article is talking about whether people in 2025 feel bad about regifting. Do you feel bad, like if you were to gift somebody something and then you see that it was regifted?
Have you ever regifted something?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But only gifts that's like, this is a total way. Like, if I know someone else is going to like it, I'm not going to give someone else crap. But if I get something that's like, didn't really, miss the mark with me, but it's really going to work for someone else.
I would not wear this.
I know. This garbage. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's,
We have regifted bottles of wine.
Yes. See, that's a great example, because maybe not everybody likes a certain kind, but you know someone who does. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense. Nothing wrong with that. It's better than going to waste. So just don't tell somebody it was regifted.
Yeah, it's better than spending more money.
That's so thoughtful of you. How did you know?
Exactly.
It's just a lucky guess. You know what else is sometimes a lucky guess?
Yes.
When we come through,
they're all
our bets.
Place your bets. Do you? I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you one.
All right. Let's do it. I didn't play anything yesterday. I made 3 bets. I don't think any of them won.
Oh, no.
It's fine.
That's okay. Today's a new day. And I wasn't here for it yesterday anyway, so it didn't happen. Just
right,
say
exactly.
that. It's like I wasn't here, so it did happen.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. But tonight, we have a football game. So,
yeah, we do.
And it should be a good one. Los Angeles Rams are in Seattle taking on the Seahawks. And I think Puka Nacua, whose brother is getting into trouble apparently, Puka Nacua
stole a Lakers car.
Yes. Let me have Puka Nacua to be an anytime touchdown scorer, plus 125.
All right, we're going to start with an anytime touchdown scorer from tonight's game. Cooper Kupp for Seattle.
Wow.
Against the Rams, plus 390.
What a change of events.
Yep.
Well, this one, I'm actually going to take the underdog on the road. I think the Rams might win this one, even though it'll be hard. It'll be difficult, but I'm taking the Rams on the road, plus 110.
I like the Rams.
Yeah.
I just do. I like the Rams, and over 42.5 is plus 248.
Yeah.
I think there'll be points in this. As great as Seattle's defense is, I think these two teams together, we saw a lot of points in the game in LA. I think we'll go over. I mean, I don't think we're going to blast. It's not going to be like 35-31.
Right.
But I do think we'll be in the 27-24 area.
Yeah, like an old school Lions game.
Exactly. 24-21 would be enough.
Yeah, yes, it will be. Well, my last one, going to the ice, Minnesota Wild with their new Hughes brother. I think they're going to be in Columbus taking on the Blue Jackets. I like the Wild in this one because they are kind of wild. And I'm going to take the over 6.5. That's plus 250.
Yeah, Wild now have an offense because of Quinn Hughes. All right, well, I got one more straggling wager from the football game tonight. 2 touchdowns or more. Kyren Williams plus 800. So Rams over 2 for Kyren Williams. 1 for Cooper Kupp, just to rub it in. All right, when we come back, we got the Wall of Sound and Mike Felder next hour.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Excuse me, garçon. I'll pick up the tab for the lady and I.
Sir, this is Monopoly money.
And there's more where that came from.
I'm calling the cops.
Don't waste your time. I have a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Start playing for real money. New Monopoly scratch-offs from the North Carolina Education Lottery have real cash wins of up to $1 million. Monopoly is a trademark of Hasbro. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.83 to 4.28. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
This Christmas, gift deeply. At Bailey's, we know jewelry is more than just something sparkly. Each piece carries meaning, emotion, and love. Discover the largest selection of designer jewelry, diamonds, luxury timepieces, and gifts for everyone special on your list. Give a gift that says everything words cannot. Beautifully wrapped in our iconic Bailey box. Visit Bailey's Fine Jewelry in Raleigh, Cary, Rocky Mount, Greenville, and Charlotte, or at BaileyBox.com, because every woman wants a Bailey box under the tree.
It's bow time. 'Tis the season for food and family, but thanks to Bojangles, you don't have to spend hours in the kitchen when loved ones come home for the holidays. Set down the spatula and put away the mixing bowls, because this holiday season, Bojangles is ready to help you celebrate with all your family favorites like Chicken Supreme, Cajun Filet Biscuits, or a big bow box of hand-breaded chicken, scratch-made biscuits, and fixins for the whole family. We'll make the food so you can focus on making memories. Head to Bojangles and gift yourself a taste of home. It's bow time.
If it's ho-ho-ho time, it's Bo-Bo-Bo time. Time to order a party-sized platter of that bodacious Bojangles flavor before your next holiday celebration. Choose a Bojangles Supremes platter and get 50 whole breast tenderloin fillets. Or go with a Bojangles dessert platter and get 2 dozen Bo-Berry biscuits, 2 dozen cinnamon twists, or 1 dozen of each. It's a platter full of Bo-liciousness. And don't forget to pick up Bojangles gift cards. Just the right gift for anyone on your list. Hurry, it's Bo time.
What will your legacy be? I'm Amanda Mangum from Aspire Money Management, and planning for your future is more than just finances. It's about ensuring your loved ones are taken care of. From estate planning to tax-efficient strategies, we help you create a plan that reflects your wishes and secures your family's future. Don't wait to start this important conversation. Visit aspiremoneymanagement.net for a free analysis. That's aspiremoneymanagement.net. Let's work together to build your legacy today.
Hey, it's Paul Ihander from 99.9 The Fan for the Butcher's Market. And you know the holidays are here, and if you're looking for the perfect gift, I've got you covered. A membership to the Butcher's Market Steak of the Month Club. You'll get a different hand-cut steak every month for 6 months. Some serious holiday sizzle. And there's more to celebrate. The Butcher's Market was just awarded the North Carolina Small Business Retailer of the Year. With 5 Triangle locations, it's easy to shop local this season. Visit thebutchersmarkets.com. That's thebutchersmarkets.com.
Your Carolina Hurricanes are taking to the ice this holiday season, and they've got a chance for you to be part of the action. Enter today to win 2 tickets to see the Canes take on the Canadiens on New Year's Day. Register to win at hurricanes.com/radio.
Thanks to Total Wine, you saved more on all the gifts for the ones you adore. Wine, spirits, beers, all nestled on shelves. Got some advice from our helpful elves. Oh, so many gifts to explore when you go to Total Wine and more. Bottles so delightful, whoa. Priced so amazingly low.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
Riley Leonard could absolutely, even with his bad knee, beat Phillip Rivers in a 40-yard dash and could 100% move around in the pocket better than Phillip Rivers. Could pick up a first down with his legs if necessary in this league where we lionize two-way play at quarterback. Look at Josh Allen. Look at Lamar. Riley Leonard could do all that, but neck up, not a shot. Not a shot. He's a long way away from being in Phillip Rivers' neighborhood in that regard.
Rich Eisen on Grandpa Phil. Phillip Rivers, a grandfather playing in the National Football League.
I know, and the only one to actually get a touchdown in that first game.
What did they score, like 10 points, 12 points? It was not great.
It was not great.
It's unfortunate. College football playoffs start tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow night, Alabama, Oklahoma will get us going. Honestly, that's a pretty good way to start. 2 great college football brands. I don't know that either football team is great, but they're there, and it's a playoff, and we will watch in large numbers. So, and we're going to talk about the playoff with Mike Felder coming up in a little bit. We also have some things to discuss that go beyond the playoff, including, I don't know how many people heard this or read about it, but Ole Miss's new head coach, I think his name is Pete Golding, who was the defensive coordinator under Lane Kiffin and is now the head coach, at his press conference was lamenting the way of the world in college athletics these days and was expressing concern because some of the Ole Miss football players actually live in the same neighborhood as he does.
Mm.
And he finds that's a sign of a downturn in college athletics. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Excuse you?
Yeah.
How dare these kids have the audacity to live in my neighborhood? Really?
Yikes.
Okay. That's a shame. Not that they live in your neighborhood, but that you said those words out loud for everybody to hear. Let me be the first to say that I've often said this. There are names of coaches that are very fireable. And I think Pete Golding, as the head coach at Ole Miss, is about as fireable a name as you're going to have.
He's definitely a regifter.
Yes. Very good. All right. Mike Felder is going to join us in about 15 minutes. Let's do the Wall of Sound.
The Wall of Sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's start with the head coach, Rod Brindamore. Carolina beats Nashville last night. It was fun. Carolina played really well, and we'll let the head coach sum it up.
Well, it was great. I thought we had a great game. I thought first period probably deserved a little more. We did everything we needed to do. We just only got one, and then second was kind of whatever. It wasn't much happening. We did have a couple good looks. Their goalie kept them in it, and I thought our guy played great in the third when we needed it. So good goaltending performances from both teams, but I thought we were good tonight.
They were good tonight. At the end, as Carolina was dealing with an extra attacker on for Nashville, like the last 3.5 minutes because it was a 3-1 game, Pyotr Kochetkov collected a loose puck and legitimately tried to score into the empty net. It was only due to Roman Josi and his athleticism where he jumped up and knocked the puck down with his hand. I don't know if it was going to go in. I know Tripp seemed to think it might. It looked like it was on a good line. But either way, he tried it. Here's Rod on the attempt.
I knew he was going to do it. That's the time to do it. When you got a couple goal lead, it's definitely, and he's got the ability to. So that was the right time to try that.
This is why we love him.
Rod or?
Both.
No, that's fine. Go for it. Go for it. Hey, guys, ice the puck. It's an empty net.
Right.
Give it a shot. As long as you have the time, because it's a little bit more difficult. That stick is gigantic.
Right.
It's unwielding. Plus, you're holding a glove and a blocker pad.
Exactly.
So, as long as you've got the time to pull that off, have at it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a 1-goal game or a 2-goal game. Have at it.
What would be the odds in Vegas for Kochetkov to be
anytime goal scorer? Pyotr Kochetkov.
Plus 8,500,000.
Yeah, exactly. So if he does it once, he'll show up the next game.
Right.
He does it once, he'll show up the next game. All right. Now, NC State beat Texas Southern by a lot, like 30 points, roughly, last night. Will Wade was not happy about, and he hasn't been happy really about anything his team has done over the last, I'd say, month and a half, maybe 2 months. Here's the coach, NC State's basketball coach, on mistakes.
Like today in our shoot-around, we made 88 mistakes in our shoot-around. I chart all of it. We made 88 mistakes in our shoot-around. We made 23 defensive errors, 13 offensive execution errors, 36 on those. The other ones were different. 36 errors on those. Our first team made 14. Our second team made 22. How the hell can you be on the second team and watch the first team do it and make 8 more mistakes? You're running the same stuff. Casual, lack of attention to detail, lack of focus. And that's great when you have somebody that sets the ACC record for made threes and the school record for made threes, but we're relying on hope that one of these cats is going to go ballistic every night. That's what we rely on, just hope, and hope's a bad strategy in my book.
All right. First of all, Paul McNeil made 11 threes last night, scored 47 points. So let's not pretend that didn't happen, because it did. So, awesome. This is going to sound crazy. I do think Will Wade was making that stuff up. I believe he was making up 88 mistakes. This guy, how long is the shoot around?
Right.
What are we going through a full 2-hour practice and shoot around? So part of me believes he was making up the numbers. But I don't care if he's making up the numbers. Because here, and I said this earlier, but I want to repeat it here. I believe that Will Wade thinks that he's got a very good team. A team that, when we get to March, could be the type of a team that wins an ACC tournament. That goes second weekend, maybe beyond, in the NCAA tournament. I believe Will Wade thinks that he's got that team. And he does not want that team to not achieve what it is capable of achieving. And what he sees is maybe not exactly the commitment he wants. And I appreciate this approach. I am going to hold these guys accountable, not only to me, but I promise you, hold them accountable to each other. That would be the strategy for pointing out Quentin Copeland and Van Allen Lubin as being those guys get it. But not mentioning anybody else, which by proxy, I would think he's saying that those other guys don't get it. Darian Williams didn't play last night, so I don't know where Darian Williams falls in this, this whole equation. But that's what I think Will Wade is doing. I think he legitimately believes he's got a team that's good enough to win a lot, and he wants to see them get the most out of it. I love it. I absolutely love it. We should, they should hold each other accountable. Wade should hold them accountable. He does think that there are casual personalities on the team, and this is interesting too.
We take on the personality. We got a lot of casual personalities on our team. We don't have people that are revved up and ready to go. I mean, I had one of the kids come to me, I'm tough. I said, you're not in the top 50 of the toughest players I've coached. Not even the top 50. I don't want to hear that. You ain't tough. You wouldn't make the top 50. You would make the top 25 of the last 5 years of who I've coached. And I sat out a year. I mean, I don't want to hear that. When you got casual guys, I mean, it's tough.
I also don't believe that, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't believe any of that, but it's good. It's good. What a show.
I'm glad that table's holding up too. Sounds
Will
like
Wade.
it's going through a time.
I am not criticizing Will Wade. I am on board with what Will Wade is doing. On board with it. All right, we'll break. Mike Felder in the bleachers, Sirius XM, Tar Heel 247. We're going to talk playoffs. We're going to talk coaching next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. For all the inside information on your team, join me and my co-host, WRAL TV's Chris Lee, for our podcast, Panthers Playbook, presented by Wake Orthopedics. In every episode, we'll keep you up to date on your Panthers, and we'll do it with access only we can provide. Locker room insight, exclusive interviews, and in-depth looks at every Panthers game. Follow and subscribe to Panthers Playbook wherever you discover your favorite podcasts or watch on YouTube.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road and Cary, and I have a holiday message for you. You know, you can save thousands of dollars that you can then spend on Christmas gifts if you refinance free of charge with Miller Lending. That's right. On Santa's sleigh right now are boxes of no closing cost mortgages, and you could have one. And we don't even have to wrap because we have a green Santa right now anyway. We don't wrap in our house. We just go for mortgages that don't ask us to pay thousands of dollars in closing costs. Yes, and you can have one too. Do you know that if you pay closing costs, you're only saving about $50 a month on your mortgage? That's right, you're basically just buying a slightly lower rate. Why would you do that? I have a better rate than you now, and I didn't pay for closing costs. Miller Lending. That's where I got it. That's where I do my holiday shopping. Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road and Cary, an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 250-2146.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life. your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
This is Dr. Craig McGiffin with Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Are you frustrated with those trendy weight loss shots? Whether you've hit a plateau, can't handle the side effects, or watch the pounds creep back after stopping, there's a better way. Our program has helped over 70,000 people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks, without expensive injections or uncomfortable side effects. Our doctor-developed program costs significantly less and tends to work much faster. Ready for real, lasting results? Visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com now to schedule your free consultation.
It's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan for Raleigh Weight Loss Center. I've lost 42 pounds on the program at Raleigh Weight Loss Center, but most importantly, I've kept that weight off. And Raleigh Weight Loss Center is having a huge 20% off Lose It holiday sale running from now all the way through December 19th with their lowest prices of the year. Give them a call, 919-897-7506, or visit RaleighWeightLossCenter.com and use the promo code Lose It to save 20%. Again, the promo code Lose It, Raleigh Weight Loss Center. Results may vary.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria on the ones and twos. Be about 10 minutes before Mike Felder joins us, but we're going to get to him. So rest assured that we are going to do that. It will give me an opportunity right now to do something that we were going to do in a little bit. Joel Klatt. We remember the whole Joel Klatt thing from a couple of days ago where he was in his effort to basically tell the truth about why Tulane, and I know we have JMU as well, but just Tulane is in the college football playoff. It's to avoid litigation. A group of 5 school would never have made any playoff, 12-team, 16-team, 18-team, whatever it is, without protection from the courts, because if you don't open it up to everybody, and even though this is kind of convoluted, that it even satisfies everybody, but if you don't open it up and give a reasonable path to this playoff for all teams, then you're just going to get sued. And, you know, incidentally, it was Tulane as a university way back in the day who sued for the right to have some team, didn't have to be Tulane, but some non-Power 5 team to get entrance into just a game, not into the BCS championship game, but just one of their bowl games. That's how Boise State played those many years. And a lot of schools. Utah played in a BCS bowl when Urban Meyer was the coach there, by the way. But it wasn't a national championship game. Regardless, so Joel Klatt said the only reason why these teams are in it is to avoid litigation, and then went as far as to slam the NCAA tournament for being the worst way to decide a champion. So here's Joel Klatt on his own podcast, YouTube page, revisiting one of the worst takes of the year.
I had an interesting take. It was a bad take. It was a terrible take. To be fair, what I said on their show on Monday morning early was sloppy and worded wrong. And so it was kind of like I landed the plane, but it was in a cornfield. And so like we had to hit the eject, and it was like we kind of like the plane didn't crash necessarily. Here's the deal. The NCAA basketball tournament, if the objective was to crown the best basketball team of the college basketball season, then it's a bad format. And because of that, then it's not fair, is
right,
what I said.
We don't need to hear any more because we're going to take a break here in a second. But here's the reality of what Joel Klatt is trying to backtrack, but still say that the NCAA tournament does a bad job of identifying the best team. And that is fundamentally incorrect. Because look at how many number one seeds win the NCAA tournament. It's well more than half since they started seeding the entire field. I don't know what to tell you. The number one seeds don't win the Super Bowl every year. The number one seeds, the President's Trophy winner in hockey.
Yep. It's a curse.
Like, what? And they play series, which is supposed to protect the better team. It's a big swing and a miss. The better move for Joel would have simply been to go, I don't know why I went there. I was wrong. Apologies. Now let's talk football. Stay in your lane. In your lane. All right. Mike Felder will. Before the break. So I'm sure other people have reported this, but first person we saw report this was our friend Travis Hancock from WFNZ in Charlotte. That the plane we referenced earlier, the C-550 that went down in Statesville, North Carolina, was Greg Biffle's, and him, his wife, and his 2 kids, I think, died in the plane crash. And it's sad no matter who you are, but here is a guy who did do a lot of humanitarian aid relief work and worked hard as the western part of our state was really under duress, a lot of duress, and lack of everything. So our hearts go out to everybody who knew Greg Biffle and to all the people that he helped. Our hearts go out to them. All right, when we come back, Mike Felder, 247, Tar Heel 247. It has not been a great run for the Tar Heels. I know they've the transfer portal has not been kind. We might have other transfer portal news coming up on the other side as well, not necessarily about UNC. Anyway, we'll break. Mike Felder will join us next.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. It is time to hit the jackpot. And speaking of jackpot, Rams at Seahawks, maybe the 2 best teams in the NFL on a Thursday night. That's a jackpot. And let's go for $2 million in bonus bets. Pick an anytime touchdown scorer. If that guy scores either the first or last touchdown, you're going to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. FanDuel.com/AGS. FanDuel.com/AGS. Hit the jackpot. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Must apply profit boost token on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus is issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community.
Public Power Communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public Power Systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
Whether it's helping you work, save, or steer clear from fraud, AARP North Carolina is making sure your money, health, and happiness live as long as you do. Each week, AARP Without Limits meets people and explores topics to help improve how we live and age in North Carolina. You can also learn more about getting the most out of life by listening to AARP Without Limits wherever you listen to your podcasts.
As we wind down the high school football sports season and head into the holidays, the Governor's Highway Safety Program would like to remind you to buckle your seatbelt when traveling to and from athletic events. Wearing a seatbelt is your best defense against injury or death in a crash. Start the season off right and prioritize your safety by buckling up. Every seat, every time. Remember, click it or ticket. It's the law. This message is brought to you by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Sometimes the simplest steps make the biggest difference. Washing your hands often, staying home when you're sick, and talking with your health provider about vaccines.
Help keep your family protected against the flu, RSV, and COVID. Simple steps, big protection.
Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Open enrollment for health insurance is here, but don't worry. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance has you covered for all your health insurance needs, including Medicare. And with offices in every county, a trusted, experienced agent is just around the corner, ready to help find a plan that's right for you. Visit ncfbins.com or stop by your local office today. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
You don't need a 4-year degree to have a rewarding career that makes a difference in people's lives every day. As a public power line worker, you'll build and maintain a locally owned and operated electric system to keep the lights on in your community. 4 months in a community college program provides the training you need to begin your career as an apprentice line worker in public power. And being a local government employee in North Carolina comes with excellent benefits. To learn more about line worker and other public power careers, visit electricities.com.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what are we... what?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold, Victoria, producing the program. We got college football playoff game, a game tomorrow, and then the other 3 on Saturday. And I don't know the level of deep interest that my friend Mike Felder, Tar Heel 247, Sirius XM, I'm not sure the level of interest he's got in him, but we're going to talk about him because if he doesn't have a lot of interest, then he'll make it up because Mike's good people that way. Before we start, and I'm going to ask you about a couple of guys for the Tar Heels. Just saw that Hollywood Smothers for NC State is going to enter the transfer portal. That comes according to his agent. Sad to see him go. He also says he's going to explore possibilities with the National Football League. I mean, he might be too small. I don't know. But let me get your thoughts on what you have seen from Smothers, who was absolutely awesome this year.
Okay, first off, I'm super interested in the playoff games,
okay,
just for the record.
Gotcha.
I have a very unique take that I have no problem giving.
All right, can't
I'll
wait.
say it right now. I think Tulane can win.
Okay. Wow.
Yes. So
it's a shot at Ole Miss right there.
That
would be awesome, by the way.
Listen, when Pete Golding says that he's upset because the kids don't work hard and that they live near him in the country club, I'm like, whoa, dude. That's what you think about these kids? Like the guys that they pay your salary essentially, like they get you to have money and you don't want them to live near you? That's wild to me. But to go with Smothers, is he undersized? Yeah, but we've seen undersized guys go make moves, especially as a guy that plays running back, but also can play in that slot spot. You can move him around and be a problem. I really think, I think the NFL's the route like that. Like, I bet Victoria knows it. It's like that could be the move, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I didn't say you.
Yeah. Okay.
Am
I catching strays here?
No, you're not catching a stray. I'm just saying, like, that could be the move, is the NFL, because he's a guy that is super dynamic, has a lot of ability to touch and go, which I think is really cool. So the NFL could be the move because they're looking for dynamic backs. I mean, we've obviously, like, over the last decade and a half, Darren Sproles was someone that we really enjoyed. And I think, now I can't remember his name from Texas Tech, from Texas A&M, another guy that could really like move around and be dynamic. And then Tyreek Hill as a wide receiver.
Sure.
Not saying it's the same thing, but guys that most people would never put in the height weight profile.
Right.
But that could be the move.
All right. Well, good for him. I know UNC just lost another player to the transfer portal. And it's one of the better defensive players, one of the better edge rushers that they've had. So as somebody who is on the ground there at Tar Heel 247, talk to me about Tyron Thompson. Talk to me about him leaving. What does that mean for Bill Belichick?
There's a reason they signed 39 kids. There's a reason UNC signed 39 kids in this class, because they knew that there's going to be a big exodus. UNC's had a lot of problems in terms of being in that building. And I'm not talking about Jordan. I'm talking about in the building, on the football team. They've had problems in the friction between kids who had been there versus kids who were brought in. And if you look at it, we know this. They signed 5 kids from the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, they signed 5. Hang on, let me go. I got to go to the calculator for this. I'm a calculator guy. But 5 plus 7 is what? That's 12, right?
That's 12. 5 plus 7. I see. I don't need a calculator for that.
I need a little bit of help.
Okay.
Sometimes. But that's from, if you look at Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina, the state and the bordering states are only signed 12 kids.
From North Carolina?
No. From even the bordering states.
Oh, okay.
So every state we touch, they only sign 12 kids.
Really?
Total. The state we're in and the bordering states, they only signed 12.
It seems like a low number.
I hope people realize it's a low number. So it's going to be interesting to see what the portal looks like, because I am expecting kids to leave. I'm curious about who is brought in and where they come from. Because one of the things about college football, and I was talking to a former teammate, Paul Roberts. He was a defensive back and a punter for us. I was talking to another guy I work with, a colleague, Bryce Wilborn, who works for he works in Pittsburgh, but he's worked for Auburn. He's done work for Penn State. If you can't keep kids in state, and if you go down up and down for 24/7, you go down up and down that list, UNC you have to get to 14 to find the first player from the state of North Carolina that UNC was able to sign. And when I played, we had Kenny Browning. And Kenny Browning, let me tell you something. He knew every single high school in the state of North Carolina. He loved working in the state of North Carolina. And if you don't have that, it's going to be really hard. And it's going to be really hard to make kids stay because they don't grow up on it. And I think that's the hardest part, and the part that I don't think the staff gives enough credence to is you have to work so hard to make these kids want to stay, building value, if you will.
Yeah.
Like when Clemson signs a kid from North Georgia, that kid grew up watching Clemson football. Clemson signed a kid from South Carolina, that kid grew up watching Clemson football. Clemson signs a kid who his parents are from Charlotte, but they went to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
They grew up on Clemson football. I don't know what these kids from Massachusetts, California, Michigan, Maine, Maryland, I don't know what they grew up on, but I can tell you what they didn't grow up on.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm going back to the calculator, Gold. If it's this is a class of 2026.
Yes.
Let's assume they're 18.
Okay.
2026 minus 18, so that's 2008.
Right.
What'd they grow up on from a UNC standpoint?
Tyler Hansbrough.
No. Are you kidding me? You think a 2-year-old is watching him? A 1-year-old?
You're probably right.
Him?
You're probably right. They Marcus Page.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Right.
And that's not football.
Good football.
That's basketball.
That's true. Sam Howell. Yeah, not really. It's not great. Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, fantastic.
Smart, fast, and physical. That's what they grew up on, the Larry Fedora era.
You got to love it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah,
like
I'm with you, of course.
That's what you grew up on.
Of course. Mike Felder is joining us here. Before I get to your Tulane Pete Golding take, I saw this chyron at the bottom of the ESPN screen, and it made me laugh. It said, "Are Tulane and JMU playing for the future of the group of 5 as it pertains to the college football playoff?" And I just laughed because it doesn't really matter. It's not the first time a group of 5 team has been in the playoff or the bowl championship series and gotten blown out. Litigation, the threat of a lawsuit, is what protects these schools from getting omitted until we get into a Super League situation and there is a complete separation between, making it into like 3 levels of Division I football and basically FBS splitting in half, an upper and a lower. When that happens, there won't be any group of 5 team in the playoff because they'll just go and do their own thing and they will separate entirely. But I just found that whole thing very funny.
Very much. I don't know if you remember the Dave Chappelle skit where he's married to Oprah.
No, I don't.
And so there's a skit where he does a sketch where he's married to Oprah. And somebody asked him to donate something, and he just took all the money off the table and was like, no. And that's what the Big Ten and the SEC want to do. Like UNC is going to have UNC, Duke, Virginia. They're going to have to make a hard choice. Clemson, Florida State. They're going to have to make pretty much the easy choice, right?
Yeah.
And Miami has the hope that they get included in that choice. Like, that's the reality of where things are going. I don't have I truly don't have the mental bandwidth to. The reason I was late today is I had to go get my daughter. I wanted to make sure I was here to do the spot, and then I have another show that's coming up right after this. I don't have and I still have to make dinner. I don't have the mental bandwidth to be upset about this stuff.
Right.
I just don't have it. But that's the reality.
Yeah.
The goal is to shut other teams out.
Yes.
This is one of the things where I don't know if you're a big brother or you're a bully. They in Notre Dame, really, man, you want to talk somebody, somebody that peed the bed, Notre Dame, people are like, we're going to start squeezing them out. And if people start squeezing out Notre Dame, then because Notre Dame is on what? Notre Dame's on NBC, right?
Yeah.
Peacock. Well, if CBS, ABC / Disney, if they can squeeze out NBC, this is chess, not checkers, dog. This is not if we can squeeze them out, all of a sudden we know what's happening. And then Fox is just hanging out starting their kickoff 17 minutes late on Big Noon. Noon starts at noon, not 12:17. Definitely not 12:27.
Yeah, but they're going to add Notre Dame will be part of when the separation comes. They'll be part of the Super League.
They're going to have to make a choice. They're going to have to make a choice, and I think obviously Big Ten makes more sense. But North Carolina, Duke, Virginia, I think are moving up. Clemson, Florida State, and then we'll see what happens with Miami. They're going to move, a little westward to the SEC and see how that works. But you're 100% correct that for the G5 teams. JMU and Tulane and all these teams, the thing I really appreciate about this is Tulane and JMU, they're both looking at their coaches like, hey man, we're going to play for you.
Yeah.
We want to play for you. We know that you have to take this job.
Correct.
But when you look at Sumrall and he's like, look, I'm going to give this money back to this school.
Yeah, how about that? He's donating to their NIL.
Yeah. He's like, I'm giving them that money. I want them to have it. I want them to succeed. This is my home. It's my wife's home. This is my home. I want them to succeed. And there's no doubt in my mind. I think about it with Mac Brown, right? Yeah. Mac Brown was like, there's only one place that my wife would move to, and it's Chapel Hill.
Yep.
And if you have that sort of relationship versus Lane Kiffin is persona non grata at every job that he's lost.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Right.
You think this man can show up in Knoxville?
Nope.
No. He can't show back up in LA. He just got his family back in Oxford.
Right.
And he's like, hey guys, we got to move. And they're like, well, we just started liking it here. And Oxford hates him. And I think there's two different ways that you leave something, man. There's a 6, there's a 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. So you got to figure out which one you're going to be.
All right, well, I know you've got to go, but let me ask you about what Pete Golding had to say.
Yeah, I did.
Because I saw it on It's Felder. That's where I first saw it. Because I saw you commenting on it. By the way, if you don't have the Substack, you might be able to find out what Mike's making for dinner tonight as well. It's Felder. So Pete
leftovers
Golding,
tonight.
Oh, well, I love leftovers. He at his introductory press conference, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about basically like this: the problem with kids today. We went right there. The problem with kids today, they don't work hard enough. And then he was like complaining that some of the players on his team live in his neighborhood, which I found troubling.
Troubling is nice. Yeah. You're very nice. You're much nicer than I am.
Yeah, I cleaned it up.
I thought it was disgusting.
Yeah.
He's upset. No. Let's go through it, right? Let's take a walk through the park, okay? I live in this neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood. I paid a lot of money to get my family into this neighborhood, right?
Yep.
Oh no. These kids.
Yeah.
They also live in my neighborhood. And what I'm assuming is he lives in one of those like McMansions, a big house, right?
Right.
They live probably in the townhouses because they don't want to do lawn work. I know that for a fact about college kids. With one exception, Robert Woodard loved mowing the lawn when I was at UNC. He loved mowing the lawn.
Okay.
But they probably live in a townhouse.
Yeah.
That's and you know how neighbors are set up. They go townhouse. Then once you get into the neighborhood, you get the houses, and the houses get bigger the deeper you go into the neighborhood. Yeah, I understand it. I live in a neighborhood like that. I'm lucky. That's my privilege.
Right.
I also would not be upset if the people who help me pay my bills, the players who are doing the work, blood, sweat, tears, if they lived in my neighborhood, I'm not going to talk about them as saying they haven't earned it. Because if they haven't earned it, have I earned it? Right?
Correct.
Like these guys, the reason I get this paycheck is because of them. I get the paycheck because of them. What are we doing?
Yeah, it sounds to me like recruiting suicide, but here's what my biggest reaction to this whole thing isn't so much what the ramifications are for him. It's the people celebrating it
I don't get it.
as real talk.
I don't get it.
That's what I don't understand. Why are we celebrating this as real talk? He might have said a lot of other things that are real talk, but including this in it, I think devalues everything else he said.
It did. It devalued it. But I also think the idea, and he did say this in that same press conference, he did say that there's some people who love football and there's some people who use football. And I'm like, you're supposed to use football. Because most of us, myself included, don't go to the NFL.
Right.
So you need to use football to get to something that's sustainable for you. Your degree, sure. Your physical health, yeah, absolutely. You finding a way to get to the next level, not of school, but get to a master's degree.
Right.
You have to use football to do those things. There's a reason we are seeing more players, and this is something I don't think we talk about enough. There's a reason we're seeing more players get master's degrees now than before. It's a combination of the portal, and players realizing if I double up on credits, I can actually get a master's degree, whether it's in finance or kinesiology or like whatever it is. Like, I'm not smart enough to know all those degrees. Listen, you're talking to an idiot here.
Right.
But
sure.
The whole point that don't say right like that. That was that.
No. I was disagreeing with you when I was saying right, because I know better, but that's fine. You continue.
But they're getting advanced degrees. They're getting things that you would have had to pay for before, and they're getting school for free. And that's goes a long way. And so you do have to use football.
Yes.
You have to use it.
Should. You should.
Because if you don't use football and all you do is come in to play football, you're missing out on a lot of stuff, and including broadening your horizons. Like, I know kids that do like summers abroad. Like, everyone doesn't do summer school. There's kids, they're football players that try and do summers abroad. And I think the coolest thing, the juxtaposition between football and basketball coaches want to take their kids abroad.
Yeah.
The only coach I know, and I could be wrong, the only coach I know of that's done that is Harbaugh.
Yes, he did. That's right.
He did?
Well, he did. Absolutely. He also slept on the floor of recruits.
Yeah, I don't like that, but all I'm saying is, like, you do have to use football. Football can't be your end all be all, because at the end of the day, what do you end up? You end up like Alvin Mack, right? From the program.
Right. Okay.
And then what? Next thing you know, you're stocking shelves at Aldi.
Yeah, Aldi's a great grocery store, though.
Oh, this is not an Aldi knock. I'm just saying there's a lot on your racket, and I bet that wasn't one of your top 10s.
Right. Who's winning, Oklahoma or Alabama tonight? We have to run.
Oh, let's go, Tide.
Yeah, all right.
I got in trouble with my producer from Learfield because I played Peanuts to an Elephant by Lil Wayne, and there's some questionable language on there. But I really like the trunk sound that it has, and so I played that, and they were like, you can't just you can't just go off script and do this. So
so much for acting independently. Mike Felder, in the bleachers on Twitter. It's Felder, the Substack, Tar Heel 247 and Sirius XM as well. Thanks, man. Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I will.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very much. I don't even know what night this is, like night 5, something like that. I'm getting older, and I'm not. I remember when it started, but I don't remember how many days ago it was. So I don't know. Thank you, man. I'll talk to you later. He's the best. Mike Felder here on the Adam Gold Show. I knew he would have takes. He always has takes. All right, we have okay, so here's what we talked about today. We talked about the Canes win. We're going to get back to that. I do want to talk a little bit more about the Panthers, who, will go into this game that they need to win. Likely, I'm not saying definitely, but likely, without Ike Ekwonu. So the offensive line, which has already gone through a lot of shuffling, is likely going to be missing their left tackle. They did miss Ekwonu, I think, for the first couple of games of the season. Remember, he had an appendectomy late in the preseason and missed a couple of games of the regular season. Maybe it was just one. So, very good chance they don't have Ike Ekwonu for the game against the Buccaneers. But they have to win it. Because what's ultimately going to happen here is, even if they were good enough to beat the Seahawks on week 17, even if they were good enough to beat the Seahawks, who at that point might be the overall number 1 seed in the NFC, because the Buccaneers are more than likely going to beat the Dolphins, who are switching quarterbacks to, what's his name, Zach Wilson, the guy who used to quarterback for the Jets. They're going to ultimately have to beat the Buccaneers twice. If they don't sweep the Bucs, they're going to lose out on the tiebreak. So even if they split with the Bucs and beat Seattle to finish 9-8, which, by the way, would be an incredible season, they're still probably going to miss the playoffs to the Buccaneers, because they would win the tiebreak, which is, it would come down to, at that point, record against common opponents. And the Seahawks have a better record, rather the Buccaneers have a better record against the common opponents than do the Panthers. So that's, so you have to sweep them in order to get to the playoffs. But what I really want, and I've said before, I want to see Dave Canales put the ball in the hands of his quarterback and say, go win us a game. Because ultimately, what is the whole point? What was Dave Canales brought here to do? First thing he was brought here to win games. So yeah, you want to win games. But he was also brought here to find out whether or not Bryce Young could be the quarterback. And I'm not just saying a stopgap quarterback, but the quarterback. And this is a perfect opportunity to do that. So hand him the ball and say, let's go win. Let's have you go win us a football game. And I'm not saying you throw it 40 times unless you have to. But I'm saying we're not running the ball as well as we like. We're going to have to throw it. So let's throw it and use our run game off of it. Why not do it that way? That's what I would like to see. Before we get back to the Hurricanes, did you see the Chicago Bears, who have been trying to get a stadium built? I forget exactly what the suburb of Chicago is, but it is apparently along the shores of Lake Michigan. With City of Chicago assistance, the city said that they were, at this point, not making it a priority to help the Bears out. So Kevin Warren, who was the former commissioner of the Big Ten, he was the commissioner during COVID, by the way. Kevin Warren has told the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois that he is going to explore northern Indiana as a potential site for a new Chicago Bears stadium. And here's what I would say to that. I don't believe you. Not for a single second do I believe that they will take the Chicago Bears to Indiana. No way. We'll see if the state of Illinois calls the bluff, because I think it's a bluff. I really think it's a bluff. All right, the Hurricanes are now 22-9-2, 46 points, 5 clear of the Islanders in the Metropolitan Division. And I have a hard time actually saying this. There's really not a lot that can get better for Carolina, except for 2 things. One, the Ahos, Svechnikovs of the world become more consistent offensive performers. If that happens, Carolina's offense is just fine. And now we are talking about you don't need to make a trade, but you would make a trade if it brought you the right piece to maybe take you over the top. The other thing that I think is really evident right now is that, and I can't remember the last time I believed this, goaltending might be a strength. Not a weakness, not a potential issue. It might be a strength. Pyotr Kochetkov last night was great. For my money, it was the best goaltending performance Carolina has had this year. And along with the play of Brandon Bussey, it has lessened the impact on Frederik Andersen's continued struggles. He hasn't played in 2 weeks, and I don't see him playing in Florida, Tampa, or here against Florida, the only 3 games left before the holiday. And he probably wouldn't start the first game back against the Rangers. Freddie will not going anywhere. Freddie's going to be part of this team. But I don't know when Freddie gets in other than in case of an injury or if a goaltender is going to be pulled. Because I believe Frederik Andersen is going to end up being the day-to-day backup. And whoever's not starting will not dress. This is just a guess. Rod did say he wants to keep Freddie in the mix. Well, he said that like 5 days ago, and we've had 3 games since then, and Freddie hasn't played in any of them. So my guess is that Freddie's going to be in the mix in other ways. But Carolina's goaltending looks really good at this point. Hopefully Kochetkov will continue. Hopefully Bussey will also continue playing well. And we saw the return of Jacob Slavin, the real Slavin. He played against Philadelphia, but last night we got the real Jacob Slavin. Victoria, thank you very much. We'll see everybody tomorrow.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Excuse me, garçon. I'll pick up the tab for the lady and I.
Sir, this is Monopoly money.
And there's more where that came from.